We're back again. For the new listeners, thank you for tuning in to Good Earners Reviewing the Sopranos. For the old listeners, welcome back. And here on Good Earners, we like to talk about family, finessing, finances, and feelings in the world of Tony Soprano, bringing you a new perspective, a fly perspective, and a black perspective. What an episode we did last week. A lot of laughter. We really about to cook today. So y'all stay tuned. How y'all fellas doing, man?
Doing well, brother. Doing
do?
well.
What are you gonna do? No, I'm good. I'm good.
Hey, I got my own thing to worry about.
Yeah, straight up, man. Shout out to Paulie.
Right. Man, I'm kind of missing Paulie this season too, man.
I can't wait till Paulie get back, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was out with the bad back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's out with the bad back, man. He comes in a few episodes actually.
Yeah, he came back with a vengeance.
Episode 7 or so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But what episode we're reviewing today, Spike?
Mo, Rich, we are at season 4, episode 5, entitled Pyomai. All right, and in this episode, not a lot going on. The crew starts to make themselves comfortable at the Crazy Horse, which is Aid's bar, and this kind of stresses Aid out. Janice, she sees the potential in Bobby and starts to make her moves. Richie, excuse me, not Richie. Ralph. Ralph. He has a new passion for horses, and he takes from tips for Tony, but that's going to cost him. And Carmela gets half of what she wants for the future. This is season 4, episode 5, entitled Pyomai.
Now, there is a podcast out there called Podomai, but that was one of the ideas. I like to throw that in for the listeners every here and there. That was one of the things I think was in the pot at some point, but obviously didn't. I think they might have even came out and that was like removed quickly. But so shouts out to Pyomai. But we open up to the first scene, which is a very interesting thing. The first scene we open up to is the club, the Crazy Horse. Very intentional. I see what you did there, David Chase. Aha. We open up. It's Tony, Silvio. They ask Adriana where Christopher is. And, you know, she was like, you want me to ring? You want to call him? What do you want me to do? And they like, don't worry about it. They pull up a seat at the bar. But they do this interesting edit where her paranoia comes out. And it comes off like Tony's threatening to like kill her. But he's just talking to Carmela about some basic paperwork. What did y'all think about this opening scene, man?
Thought it was it's just interesting to see how it starts. You know, you get a new asset. How I guess I don't want to say disengaged. How unaware that Adriana is that this is how this works. Like when you think about her getting the Crazy Horse, her excitement, can we name it this? Can we do this? Can we do that? Like as if that's her club, when really it's not.
As if.
So this is kind of that you know, it's twofold because she's obviously paranoid because of everything that's going on with her being involved with the feds, but also I got Tony Soprano here. I got Sil here. Like I didn't even know they was coming. There's no announcement. There's no warning, no none of that. Chris, is he supposed to be here? You know what I mean? And then, like you said, that cut off of that edit of he knows what's going on. He's here to kill me. Because that's all Adriana has to live with now every single day. Like at any moment, they could have to drop on me and it could be over. And I don't even know what I got myself into. She sees, you know, she peeks behind and goes outside to see what's going on in the room, see this mysterious guy that they drag in. She's now realizing, and even probably still not all the way aware, that my club that I thought was going to be this promising thing is really just a mob front. And they're going to do their business here. My office is no longer my office. You know what I mean? I got to now overcharge college students because they ain't paying their bills, so on and so forth. So it's just interesting to see how it starts.
This happens at Vesuvio's. It happened at the sporting goods store. It happens everywhere. They go to
shouts out to Davey, man.
Yeah, shout out to Davey, man. Hope he's doing all right.
and
yeah, they're like a virus. It's just like we spreading, like this is ours now. We just taking everything over. And I think somebody even said that, maybe even Tony, in one of the first seasons. But yeah, we see Adriana falling victim to it, and her paranoia because she knows she's in the wrong. She knows that I may have to answer for this because of the other situations that I got going on with the Fed. So she's even more paranoid and stressed out that they're there. And not even to mention, like you said, Rich, they don't even pay. These niggas don't even pay their tabs. I guess that that's so petty because you know they got a pocket full of money too.
I
Yeah,
know.
That's
That's what make it
so
worse.
petty, man.
I know.
It's like not to get way down the line, but it's like the Hesh Tony episode. The nigga had the money the whole time, but you just bullshit just cause. You know what I mean?
It's just
It
their
took some-
nature. It's just their way of life.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta get something. I gotta get over on you.
Yeah, it took something tragic to happen. It took something tragic to happen for that nigga to. All right, man, my bad. Here you go.
Oh,
like, damn, he had this shit the whole time. Like
Right.
the rent.
That's
Niggas was rubbing nickels together, man. That shit
boy.
What's that song? What's that new song? Walk in your trap and take over your trap. That's what this shit is. Nigga walking in your shit, I'm taking this shit over.
Wow, Rich
I don't
is
even know who sing it, bro.
Rich is in touch, bro.
Wow, walk in your trap and take over your trap. I don't know who sing it.
I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, that's what I think of. Anytime I hear that song, when I thought of the scene, I thought of the song.
Oh, that's a big fact. This is a really interesting scene. I love that edit. I'm probably going to do something for one of my IG pages that I have with that because that's a really good edit as far as that paranoia. Has Adriana actually revealed any information before we actually get to this scene, like later in the episode where I feel like this is the first piece of info? Has she actually revealed anything yet?
Let's talk about that more when we get to that scene.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got some thoughts on that.
Okay. Me too. Cool. But yeah, she just kind of creeping around. She sees through the window, and it looks like Chris arrives, and he grabs up this guy Giovanni and Furio, and Furio pretty much teaches him about how to use a phone book in the 90s with his face.
Across your face with a phone book is crazy.
This what she doing too much though. Like you already know it, you know what I mean, because they there. Now you creeping around trying to see what they doing. Mm-hmm. You want to absolve yourself of any of this in case they do ask you. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the fuck they was doing. I was sitting in my office the whole time and be able to stand on that without it being a lie or perjuring yourself and going to jail. So this is kind of I didn't like this from Adriana right here.
Yeah, it almost seemed like Adriana was at that, like she was in that denial phase. Like I know my fiance is a wise guy, and so I know he's dirty in some regards. Like he might steal a little this, take a little that, do a little blow, but I don't think she knew the depths of. I think we spoke about it before. I don't think she knew the depths of it, and so I think this is the point. It's like, wow, the feds are trying to use me as a snitch. And so it's like that natural curiosity. Let me really see what he into. And it's like now you're the robe has been pulled away. So now you really see what's going on. Like, no, these guys are not nice guys. They're not gentlemen. They're not any of those things. And your your fiance is a part of this thing. And so I don't know what she's hoping to gain because she plays a different tune later. But it's just kind of a weird thing. I agree with you, Spike, on that. Like, I just don't know what she was hoping to gain. Kind of peeking around.
I really don't like. I don't like how green she is. How they made her.
I can't wait to have that conversation.
Like that. Yeah, and we can talk about it when she's making the egg because I have it'll tie in better with that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't. Part of me thinks that wasn't even about the feds. I think she was more so curious for herself. Mm-hmm. If I think about her paranoia, like I'm paying extra close attention because I want to know what they here for. Are they here for me? You know what I mean? Are they here to really get me? Is this some kind of setup? When Chris walks in and she's on the stage introducing the band, she's looking at them, she all the way shook. Yeah. So part of me thinks that I do agree 100% with you, Spike. If you want to put yourself in a plausible deniability type of situation where I'm staying away from y'all on purpose because I don't want to be able to tell these dudes that I know something. But at the same time, I think she's trying to make sure she ain't the one that's on that list too. Mm-hmm. That's the only grace, a small percentage of grace I'll give her. That maybe that was her intention.
I like that. That fits better than just the I don't get it. So I'll definitely take that. That really works.
She's super green though. Whatever shade of green you want to pick, that's her.
Whatever shade.
And it's crazy because like Richie's her uncle. Like she's been around this shit her whole life. That's the part that makes me like, why are you so dumb?
Yeah, I wish we knew about her father, what her father was into. We never really hear about that. But I definitely
Adriana's not the smartest.
She's definitely not
Definitely
like.
Not
That's
even.
crazy.
I'm not even talking about like street smart. She just doesn't.
Just
She
period,
doesn't seem. Yeah.
Yeah,
Life has done a number on her, man. Life has done a number on her.
Yeah.
She got low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Like she don't got comment. I mean, think about age, like, bruh.
She might have been sheltered.
If she had,
maybe
if
she was
Adriana
sheltered.
had,
Chris, for Christ's sake, yeah.
If Adriana was raised like Meadow, bruh,
Oh, right,
she'd
right,
get
right.
whatever she wanted in this world. Like she
That's a
just
fact.
don't even. I don't know. That's
She
Adriana. That's a whole
probably
nother story.
No, you're right.
If my boss, if she was raised like Meadow,
that's a big fact.
Yeah.
We go to the next scene. Janice spies on Bobby's house, and who do we see? Do y'all recognize this woman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, the first time I rewatched this, not this time, but like the first time I rewatched, I had no idea who this was. Like it was that far removed.
That's what makes this show great, because they'll do something in season 1 and bring some shit back in season 4.
Bro. You
ain't seen her since season 1.
That's what I'm saying. You knew who this was too, Spike?
Y'all talking over my head. I was waiting on y'all to tell me. Who is it?
It's Mikey Palmisi's girl.
Oh, it sure
is. I was like, because she looked younger. Like she kind of got her back since he been gone. It's been about 2-3 years now since he got capped. So it's like she kind of looked young. I don't know if she got the fresh red highlights or whatever it was, but I was like, oh,
it's that fresh red. It's that red hair. That's fresh red right there.
It seemed Janice's response make a lot more sense now that y'all tell me that too.
Okay.
Like it makes sense now. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Because because you got to think, like Janice is picking up here. I thought about y'all quote whatever y'all. I know it's a small thing, but Janice, I feel like she's spying because she's working her play. We know she's working her play, but the reality of the situation is that's probably how, at least in this show, some of the mob widows operate. We seen how Roe did.
Absolutely.
Like Jackie Senior's gone. I'm hopping on the Ralph. You know what I mean? Like I gotta, because this is we're used to a lifestyle. We're used to certain things, which is why I got such a high level of respect for Angie Bumpin' Cero. Not, obviously we at this moment she's still selling sampled sausages, but later down the road, she's selling. It's she. I said she.
What is this griddle cake? What is this?
It reminds me a lot of
hot cakes episode.
Mo, I know you probably won't know because you don't stay. Y'all stupid, bro. I know you probably won't know, Mo, because you don't stay in that kind of news. But Spike, you might remember when Karuchi did an interview once. Once he broke up with Chris Brown, there's an interview. She said straight up, like, I'm never dating a regular guy. Air quotes again. Like, I'm dating an athlete, entertainer, whoever. She said it exactly what you just said, Mo. I'm used to this lifestyle now.
This my lane now.
This is my space.
I ain't no 9 to 5 niggas getting in there.
I think Kanye and No More Parties in LA, when he had that lyric, Amber told my boy, no matter what happened, I ain't going back to Philly.
Yeah,
like, nigga, this is it. I'm here now. Like, I'm in this space now. This is who I'm dating.
Yeah.
So
you're absolutely right. One on the market. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm here.
So it was dope, and we'll see her later in the scene. But it was just dope to see her. Like she was all. I mean, she wasn't. We didn't get a lot of airtime, so I'm not gonna say, oh, she was an interesting character. But I think it's interesting to see her pop up where it's like, oh, she's still in this world in some regard. Like she's enough in the loop to know that Bobby has lost his wife. You know what I mean? Even though we haven't seen her in none of the Housewives of New Jersey dinners, workouts, home housewarmings, we ain't seen her, but somehow she knows still. So I thought that was just a really interesting way to show that the world is still broader than what they actually show us.
Yes, especially when there ain't no, to 2024, she's seen it on Facebook and shit.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like,
and I said Facebook on purpose because her age range will be on Facebook.
Yeah, that's facts.
But that is interesting that you say that because this word has to travel. They probably it's like they got a newsletter or some shit. It's
crazy. We get Adriana. She's at the beauty shop, and the feds call her and tell her to meet them. And they say that they're watching. Are they really watching her, or they just know they can get over her because she's just not the brightest bulb?
Well, I think they had to be because they called her there, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I knew she was there,
and they weren't there. They paying the way to them at the spot.
It's crazy.
That's nuts.
Imagine a nigga calling the feds calling you at the barber shop, bro. Like, are you serious?
That's crazy.
Like that, like
Come
like
on,
that goes to the
job.
point of how that goes to the point of how green she is, though. Like at this point, bro, you need to let somebody know something going on and just take whatever coming with it before you get into deep, because they don't got charges really on you yet. They calling me at the beauty salon, bro. Like something like I need to let Chris know or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you always in reach, no matter where you at.
I'm gonna wait later. I really want to ask, like, I want to put a different woman in this position and ask how y'all think she would have operated if she got kind of held up like this. But I'm not gonna ask at this moment because it just Adriana has so much trust in herself, but her reaction is realistic because she's so green that anyway, I will dig deeper, but yeah, they pretty much call her and catch her at the beauty shop or whatever, and she's like, "Look, I gotta get this special do done." And they was like, "Yeah, we'll wait, bro."
And think about how deflating that is. Like I'm in the middle of this shit. Like I ain't even gonna be able to. I don't care. We'll be here. Pull up. Like you not getting out of this. Like
you're our highest priority right now. That ought to make you feel even worse, nigga. We ain't got nothing else.
Nah, we ain't got nothing else. Like we ain't gave up our tapes
for the day.
Like like the lamp is over. Like we you know, bro. It's just like when you knew you were getting a whooping when you were getting home. Like when you knew it was coming.
That's
like,
a good one.
I don't care how good of a school day you have. It recess is fun. They got your favorite lunch.
Good analogy, right
when
there.
You get home. Boy, it's like everything drops.
Where you know this progress report bad. I know the call came in while I was in school. I know what's gonna happen.
Hey, y'all ever
had that? Don't let moms be at work though. Don't let you gotta wait on her.
No.
God,
oh man.
You get that call, nigga. Don't turn on no TV. Don't do none of that.
You walk
in there, do your homework.
Be quiet in the
go to bed, nigga.
Quietly open the fridge, like don't trigger anything.
I remember being young, man, and knowing that them parent-teacher conferences is about to go crazy. Every single time I'll be at the desk, I'll be at the kitchen table doing homework like I'm the best, knowing that it's about to be some shit.
You know it.
Any other day of the week, you know, I'm in my room playing the game or doing something. I'm outside doing something, man. Nah, I'm working. Look at me.
Yeah, right, boy.
That's a good one. That's a good analogy right there.
That is definitely that feeling like, I got to do this. That's all right. We'll wait for you.
Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Don't even worry about it.
And sidebar, like my mom would, when the teacher, like when I was acting up in class and they would call my mom would use the calm regular voice. And when I was younger, I didn't know that was all cap. Like that was just because the teacher's on the phone. She would be like, "Oh, okay, can I talk to him for a second?" And she'll switch voices on you, like, you know you're not. And then she had to be calm because she at work. You know you're not supposed to. When I get home, that's going through the spill. It's like, okay, I'm gonna talk to him when you get home. And I'm thinking it's still all good. No, sir. Like so, that's sorry. It took me back right there.
Though, have you been in that scenario yet as a parent, Mo? Have you been there? Like,
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh man, bro. Like you like, oh yeah. Oh no, I don't know. Maybe she's just tired. Maybe you get home, it's on. It's on.
That's hilarious.
All right,
that's hilarious.
Run that by me again. What happened? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely. Do y'all look forward to that? Not like the whooping aspect, but like the aspect of like
I'm wondering how I would even, because I'm so like I don't even know how I would do it, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's more.
I don't know
so
if I'm looking forward to it, but I'm interested in how it would play out with me.
Okay.
That part. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm just I can't imagine just hearing the wildest of shit on the other end of the phone. Like, what? What? Like
my son.
What you on? Yeah, like what kind of like I know I'm raising you. Like how'd you get where you
where that come from?
Who raised you? Nah, but
TK Kirkland.
Boy.
Is that his name? TK Kirkland?
Yeah, TK Kirkland. Yeah. Who raised you, man? We at Bobby's house, and who pulls up? Janice comes through, and she's checking in on Bobby, and she pulls such a major cock block right here, bro.
This is Tony Soprano's sister.
This is Tony Soprano's
It runs in the family.
and her game got to be tight, because you look at I guess her name's JoJo. So JoJo Palmisi. Mm-hmm. And you look at her and like she still look like, hey, she got some active years left. You know what I mean? She could still do. She's in pretty good shape. you know.
Active years left is crazy.
That's nuts.
I mean, I'm talking about like as far as childbearing. That's what I mean. Like,
I know exactly what you mean.
Oh, okay.
Exactly
I didn't know. Maybe
That's why it was crazy.
I got to be clear. Let me be clear because people be trying to throw me in the
You could
corner.
have just said she looked better than Janice. That's all you could have left it at she looked
I
better
didn't say
than
that, but
Janice.
now that you're on the subject,
I'll go ahead and say, yeah, he's beating
said
Janice in the looks range.
Okay, so in the sliders of looks, she got her sliders a little further along.
Janice.
She got
my
Janice
said
here.
active years like she close to retirement. Hey, you hilarious, man.
Crazy.
You know how they do when you're a ball player
like
in your 30s.
You said it like she Brian at year 21. Like, I know you got to hang it up soon.
Oh man, you crazy.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, she is obviously, you know, a little more attractive than Janice, but Janice, she has wit, she's clever, she got a lot of things that work. She got game. Let's just say that. Janice got game. Movie coming soon. But she ends up basically Jojo Palmisi made a chicken marsala, which is a fire dish. I make my own vegetarian version of that. And she gives the directions 350. Huh? No, not Beyond Chicken. I just do it with some tofu.
Ugh.
That's all right. But somebody rolling their eyes now listening. But she pretty much gave the directions 350, 20 minutes. You know, that's it.
Egg noodles.
Anything y'all want to add to this scene?
That's the first day. I like this scene, man, and I meant to say when it was a shorter scene, but we've gotten to the point now where, for me, Janice is like one of those characters where I smile when she pops on the scene.
Oh yeah,
because I know some shit. Yeah,
okay.
I know some shit finna go down. Like I know she's in her bag. She got some kind of shuck going on. I know Janice. She got that for me every time that she's on the scene. And with this one, I love how it played out in the sense of Jojo Palmisi is there on the same type of time that Janice on, but Janice letting her know you're not even like you not even competition, my girl. I'm gonna get you up out of here easy. Like it ain't even finna. This light work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And I loved how Janice handled it. I always say Janice one of the most gangster people on the show, man.
Mm.
She is.
I like that.
She is, man. The way she looked over and everything. Waiting until she got up. Like, I'm not leaving. I live next door.
Your kids still on the ring? I'm gonna do the dishes. Yeah, I'm here. I'm posted. Can you stay? Oh, you can't? Oh, okay. We'll see you later. We'll see you later.
Right.
Yeah, she did all that intentionally.
Janice is just. I'm sorry. I'll wait till the later thing. What was you gonna say, Rich?
No, it's a couple little minor things. One, I love the fact that she said she brought over some Xbox games that her friend burned for little Bobby. Burning games was
kids don't even know what.
I don't even know what that means.
That was the lick. When you could burn games and get them motherfuckers for 10.
Burning CDs was the thing, but when you was able to burn games, when that became real,
I missed that.
That changed the game. Yeah, that changed the game, man.
You went on the burn games?
I didn't get to burn games, bro. I knew demos, but I didn't get to burn games.
Nah, you could burn. What was it? I had Dreamcast. I had a Dreamcast.
Man, that's crazy.
Man, you could burn Dreamcast games, man.
Bro, that's a great lick in the mob, I'd imagine. Well, that's probably a great lick, for
period, nigga.
Period. Like I like, yeah,
you know, that nigga had an Escalade straight off burnt DVDs, straight selling burnt porn movies and games.
Yeah, all that. My daddy was that guy. I ain't gonna talk about it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
No disrespect to nothing, but I can see.
I gotta tell y'all, I ain't gonna tell you here because I don't want to get too far off track. But when we get him back, or maybe it's okay, I gotta tell you about a police run-in with my dad selling DVDs in the misinterpretation of what they thought he was doing. I said I had to tell y'all. Go tune in another week of the books.
I gotta hear that. The only other thing I was gonna point out about this scene, I love how these episodes run together because last week I told y'all. I done heard and seen the people being on some creep shit, on some, hey, oh yeah, I ain't looking at people's Instagram stories, seeing what, I didn't know you was even here. Pop up on them. That's what Janice just did, man. Janice peeked across the window with the binoculars.
With the binoculars, nigga.
Yep, that's the same thing she did. Like, I didn't even know you was here, JoJo. What you doing here? You knew exactly she was there because you was peeping the scene. People do that, and I was like, damn, right? This very next episode, here's an example of that.
That's crazy, and it's funny too. A callback just to how Livia used to do that. She used to always just people watch, just be staring at the scene out her blind. So I don't know if that's like a loose or whatever, but that just kind of remind me of that too as well. But what was you gonna say, Spike?
I forgot this last week, and it made me think about it in this episode. As Bobby is grieving, AJ Soprano is a true, genuine piece of shit. Locking that little boy in the garage. That nigga just lost his moms. I ain't even really never thought about that, bro. That nigga just
Yeah, we
lost his
didn't talk
moms,
about
man.
that.
Yeah, like AJ a dirtbag, bro.
um,
I in any of my rewatches, I never really thought, man, that little boy just lost his mama. Like
He
he
do
look up to
some.
you and you lock him in the garage. Like, bro, come
He
on.
do something else this season. That's some real dirtbag shit with
Mhm.
little
yeah,
Bobby.
he really do. Like I forgot it, but great callback. And we all had cousins like that or somebody like that where it's like, yeah, always take it too far, bro. Like we all just playing and laughing, and there's that one cousin that always take it too far. It's like, bro, why you have to slam him that hard, bro? Why you had to punch him like that? We just fake tagging. You know how it is. You always that's definitely what that reminded me of. So yeah, AJ is trash for sure.
It's also before we move on to the next scene, it's also important they use the Karen Ziti. You know that's becoming a character now,
Mm-hmm.
and will remain a character for some time, just to kind of represent where Bobby is in his grieving. You know, he's still at that state of it should have been me. I should have been the one in the car. He's going through it, man. So even though Janice and JoJo and whoever else is trying to put the moves on Bobby, man, he ain't even there. Like he ain't even there for all that. So it's really a long game and not a short game. And we see quickly that Janice understands that.
Yeah, and I will speak to a little later all of these different dishes, stuffed shells, and the ziti and the lasagna. I'm gonna speak to something that Bobby says later in the episode that I don't know why they took that approach, but I'll speak to it later in the episode. But great call on the Karen Ziti. Definitely is a character. I don't even know where this spot is, but it's a very interesting spot. You know, I'm a big fan of them shooting in unfamiliar locations on The Sopranos and most TV shows. But Adriana meets with the feds, and Adriana is so green here. She really believes Big P and Richie are in witness protection. Bro, are you kidding me?
I'd have loved to run into Adriana in New Jersey or New York City so I could hustle her. Like I'd have hustled Adriana something crazy on the street.
I mean,
I'm selling a bridge in Brooklyn. That bridge in Brooklyn over there in New York. I'm selling it right now for $5,000. What's up? Can you scratch anything together? I give you the lease.
Scratch it.
Like she goofy as hell, man.
The rent.
The rent.
I mean, like this is realistic, no doubt. So this is no gripe on anybody involved as far as writing, the creators, David Chase. But it just blows my mind as far as like if P, I'll give you credit for. You don't know Big P like that. Cool. That's Tony's friend. That's Tony's man. I don't really know him like that. He ain't Chris's man. But when it comes to your Uncle Richie, bro, like before he got locked up, you probably was a little girl. You probably seen your Uncle Richie like he probably was a certain way, and you can't imagine him. You know what witness protection means? And you think that Richie, the one that you dropped off, even though she didn't know that he turned him into a shopping cart, she didn't know that would happen that night. But still, it's like she really believed this. That's crazy to me. Knowing Christopher, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of bought that part of it though. I can buy her thinking that those two guys, especially since she's getting the word from Christopher. Like Chris probably telling her, "Oh, what happened to him? Oh, he's in witness protection. He was talking to the feds or whatever it may be." Like I can buy that part of it. Like the part of it that I don't buy is her going along with the whole thing. Like her not knowing that, like her thinking that Christopher is some small time petty thief. Like she acting like this nigga's steal VCRs or something, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like this nigga's in the mob. He's a made person in the mob. Mm-hmm. So you should understand the gravity of these situations or these conversations to where somebody need to know what's going on with me. Like these motherfuckers got me coming up to this bakery. The boss is here. I got to meet with this nigga. Like, nah, I'm in too deep now. Like I'm what's my man name? Jay Reed. I'm
Jay
Jay Reed
Reed.
at this point. I'm Jay Reed at this point. Like, bro,
Yeah.
like I need to run this up the chain, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm in over my head. But I can't. Long story short, I can't buy her thinking that they would. I wasn't that disappointed by that as I was her participating in the whole situation and trying to keep it to herself. Like her thinking that she's gonna be able to get out of this. Like this point that you in now, like it's over. It's over. Like the best thing that can happen to you now is you flipping or like you and Chris leaving. That's the best thing that could happen.
Yeah, for sure. I want to ask this question.
She don't see that though. And that's what irritates me about it.
Well, I can hold this. Did you want to add to that in any kind of way before I ask this question, Rick?
No, I'm good.
No, you good.
How much do you think Adriana could have benefited if she were to be in the loop with the mob wives more frequently? Because obviously she's like a lone wolf, which is why I believe even though she is green like this, she could have benefited from being around a Carmela long enough, being around a Gab.
You need to hang around Janice.
Being around a Janice, you know what I'm saying? Like she could have Angie, you know what I mean? Just being around these mob wives long enough to understand that like when they hear witness protection, like I guarantee there's not one mob wife that don't know what that means. I think even Janice knows what that means. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like she really didn't understand what that meant. You know,
Janice definitely knows what it means in Richie case.
Right. What are you gonna cry now?
You gonna cry now? Yeah, I that's a good point, Mo. That's a really good point. Her being active in the group is something that probably could have benefited her a lot from this. Because even if she couldn't go to Christopher, she probably could have went to one of them and be like, "Look, this is what's going on. What do I need to do?" But she didn't have like she just sitting on her own dumbass thoughts. So like, yeah, being isolated definitely killed her in this situation, and that's why they went after her too. They know she's isolated. They know she ain't got nobody to bounce ideas off of.
Lick, boy.
I love how all the feds. I love how all the feds pulled a Carmine. I ain't say nothing like what she. Like he is in witness protection, isn't he? And they all just kind of look like, all right, if that's what you want to believe. I'm gonna look back down at my pad and write something. If you think that's
we
true,
literally the people that put him in there, and we have no idea about what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
I have
okay,
no idea what you're saying. Cool.
You're talking to the feds about somebody being in witness protection is crazy. Like he's not in the. Like, come on, bro. Don't worry. Santa Claus is checking who's naughty and who's nice. How about that?
This your girl last episode, right, Mo? To your point that you kept bringing up about her.
Oh yeah, I wanted to mention that.
Closeness.
Yeah,
she come back one more time.
She come back one more time.
Like she come back.
So that's what I want to ask.
She come back one time in season 5, and I don't even think she got a line.
Okay,
there's a moment in season 5 where, there's a moment in season 5.
She out of there.
But can I ask how much?
Stay for the question and the nothing.
Okay, so can I ask, because this is where I get confused, that the actress's choice, I just don't know if it was intentional. It just feels ever since the reveal happens, everything about her feels offbeat. I don't know if that's okay. So I don't know if it's an acting choice as far as like, even when like, it's like when she says a line, basically about, I hope the little creatures, talking about her, having babies. I really hope that works out for you. I think in some way, I think it was genuine, but it came off like, I don't like it was supposed to sound genuine in the choice, but it came off like different than what it seemed like it was supposed to be. Like even when she found out, like when Adriana like, oh, don't call her anymore, don't do this no more, and it was this subtle vibe. It's like it almost feel like the take or the choice you took to tap into that emotion or what it should have been, it's not matching. Everything from that revealed to me with her, I don't know if that's intentional, but it just feels very offbeat to me. I don't know what it is that makes it feel off.
I think she did. I think she was who she was the whole time. She didn't give a fuck about Adriana. She didn't really care, and that's one of those. That's one of those for what it's worth moments. For what it's worth.
Okay.
I remember you told me this. So
you told me this. I hope it goes well for you. But that's pretty much it. Like that's the same person that's made up a story and said my cousin or somebody went to a place. I'll give you the information. She made up that whole thing just to make her feel she don't give a fuck about Adriana. She just let her know in passing, like, all right, I probably ain't never gonna see you again, but For what it's worth, I hope your kid shit come through. And it might have even been a little fuck you on the way out.
Right.
She was cold. She was cold to her the whole time. Adriana's the one who went back to her being green. She was the one that thought they was really friends. How many
Adriana
times
was
did
a
we
career
just
move for her.
how many times did we yell in these microphones like, how can you not ask any questions? How can you not just be mindful of who this woman is that popped up in the department store one day and just now she your friend and at your crib and going to Starbucks? Like, so that's Adriana's whole thing. Like, it's, some people, man, just can't say it, man. Give them enough rope.
That's true.
No, I agree. I don't know. That's gonna always be one of those things. Like, you, Ricks, you are the detail oriented movie television guy. Like, you're watching all of the details, the backstory. Spike, you are the hip hop detailed guy. The verses, the tracks, the BPM, all. So when I just see this, it just makes me like, versus now we have a new agent, this other lady. All her choices from an acting standpoint feel a little bit more natural to the character. I don't know. It's something about it that feels off to me. I'm probably not alone in that, but it could be like you said. I really didn't care. It's just a nonchalant personality, but it just. I think
because you had a chance to see her. You got to see the beginning process. Like, this new agent, she's introduced as an agent. She's gonna be handling your case.
Okay.
Danielle, we knew she was a Fed. We seen her meet Adriana. We saw the origin of that. We saw her in the Crazy Horse with Chris, and them trying. You know what I mean? We saw more things to where she was playing that other side. So I think that might be what you're referring to, because you don't. Even though we knew she was a Fed, she did her. I don't know. I get what you're saying though.
Yeah,
I do get what you're saying, and I think what they're trying to help us pick up on is it's the inexperience. We've seen it in the office scenes at the feds. We've seen them pull her off of a desk to deal with Adriana because they thought she could relate with her more. Now we see that this case has gotten more serious, so we bring in a more experienced officer. Now we get somebody that can actually close the case. We done broke ground. We in the door now. We really don't need you, and I think that's what we're seeing on screen. Like the feeling that you're talking about more. What we're seeing as viewers is, she inexperienced. Like, she's entry level. This other chick, she old. Like she gets to the point, and she's really giving off like, okay, I could see her being a Fed as somebody that I wouldn't want to deal with. The other chick still had that like you said, like the questionable vibe. Man, what is she? Chris thinks she'll dyke. Like, she might be cool, she might not be.
right.
This other chick, like, nah, like, straight what this is. I ain't finna play no games with you. And that's what Adriana needed at that stage of where they was at in investigation, in my opinion.
Great point. So the inexperience that's the acting.
That's
choice.
what we're seeing. Yeah, I think that's what we're seeing.
Okay.
Like, she's supposed to be coming off to us because there has to be a reason they move her off the case, right? Like, that's the only reason that they would move her away. She was able to get in. She was able to make the contact, made the connection. She was close with her. But now we need someone with experience to close the case. And we pulled you off a desk. We called you in a room, powwow, and we just happened to put you on this because you were in the age range. You look like it. You could play Italian. Now we need the experience in here. We need you to go. And I think that's what we're seeing.
Great pull.
I'll take that. Y'all bringing some comfort to the conscience today, for sure. Because I need that. Because I just could not get around it. And the way my mind is set up, these are things that I just think about.
That's fair.
But we go over to the Soprano household. It's Carmela and then Tony. Carmela tries to tell Tony about putting money into this medical stock. And he says the money's tight right now. We don't got that on hand. And then we get a later part of it where he goes to the bird feeder and there's cash in there.
Tight right now, we don't got it on hand, and then going to grab probably 2 times the amount is insane.
Yeah.
I never want to have that type of relationship with my wife, bro. If I get married, if I'm blessed to be like, bro, like, nah, why we got to do this?
Because Tony's not, he's just
dirtbag shit, man.
That's dirtbag.
He's just
right
not
there,
in it like
bro.
that, bro. Like, he
it's
just
your
not
family.
in. Like,
He just ain't though. Like, I think that he's in. I think
the
Tony
idea,
got genuine love for his family. The idea, you're right. He got genuine love for his family. He fuck with Carmela. He love his kids, but Y'all just can't.
It has to fit my image of how I think this should go.
Yeah,
Like, I
true.
don't love
Like,
you. He doesn't love them. He doesn't love them
I ain't just
unconditionally. He
giving you
loves them
10 racks.
conditionally.
Right,
Like, I
right,
love
right.
you within this limit. Like,
Right. I
you know what
can't
I'm
just give
saying?
you 10 racks. You my wife. You supposed to be cooking, cleaning. And this is not Spike Lee saying this. People that are listening, don't take it for me, but
Right.
Tony
In
Soprano
the
is looking at
world.
it
He
as,
says
yeah.
it. Tony says it this episode.
He said it
I'm
to
supposed to make the
to
money.
the
I'm supposed to make the
Heinsberg,
money.
yeah.
She's supposed to take care of the house.
Ginsburg, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Man,
yeah. So that's Tony.
yeah, that is something that's just like I don't love you this much. Like I love you enough to get you this chinchilla. I love you enough to get you this ring. I love you to get you this black dress last episode.
You don't get to pick what you don't get to pick your shit.
I have a genuine question to someone who's not married, Mo. You tell me if this can fly in a marriage or not. Would this have went over smoothly if Tony had just been like, listen, this isn't your job. Your job is this. My job is this. Like we both play roles for this to work. And if this is going to work, I need you to stop stepping over in my lane. Like, would this have been like you? I know Carmela, the character. I think I'm asking two questions, one in the real world and one in the show.
Okay.
I kind of know how Carmela would have answered, but I'm also asking you in the real world, is that an option for a husband to be like, hey, look, you're doing too much. This is my job right now.
That's a great question. So in the real world, I'm trying to think outside of just being black because I'm married to a black woman.
That is fair.
And saying this is your job as a black man telling a black woman.
You try that with a sister.
But
try that.
In the world of Tony Soprano, I think that he's in a hot spot where he looks to come home for peace. Like he gets a certain peace operating with his guys. You know, we seen House Arrest episode where it's like, man, I can't move like that. When he got with his guys, they wasn't even doing nothing. He just that provides a certain peace, but it's the joy more so than the peace of the hustle. But when it comes home, he needs that peace, and so he's already on edge with her with this life insurance, all these things she keep kind of bringing up, and it's like if I tell her, hey, look. I think, like he told Melfi episodes back, where I think women should be in the car, behind the car, in this little side cart, you know. So I think that he can't really tell Carmela that because he talks about it later. Like Carmela's smart. Like I said, and we all know she's smart. She's just not clever. Like, you know, so that's the challenge. Like I don't think he could tell her that. He's not wrong if he said it, but I don't think he could tell her that.
That's why last week when we were talking about it, Tony's best approach would have been, look, you have to explain to me why this is so important to you after 20 years of doing it this way. You have to help me understand this shit because I'm not getting it, and that's why it's not important to me. And I can still walk away thinking that it's not important and hold my ground, but this left field, stocks and need money for this and that, like that's not only is that not the arrangement, that ain't never been the arrangement since we know me. Like, so I don't understand where this shit's coming from. So that I think that would have been his best option, but yeah, I don't.
And it does start to feel a little weird. It does start to feel a little weird. Like, okay, you put a lot of emphasis. You started the season off like nothing lasts forever. You know, you talk about this life insurance. Like I said, remember, because last week, Spike, you asked me like, should he start being like suspicious? Like, okay, what is this? I was like, well, no, not at that point. But then when she brings up this, now at this moment, I feel like, okay, what's you on? Like what you on? Like you're asking me about stock because was that season 2, I believe, when they put money into stock, it failed and she lost. It probably was, I think it was like, I don't know if it was 20 grand, 10 grand, 50 grand. I cannot remember. But she was talking with when Tony was playing golf with the white dudes or whatever, the bread wops, whatever he called them. And she was talking with the couple like, oh yeah, we just put in the stocks and stuff like that. She was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then it didn't work, and she quietly just put it on tuck. So it's like, it's crazy. I think the approach Rick said, like, let's talk about it, of course, but like, nah, I was definitely started like, okay, let's.
How do you tell her she's doing too much? You doing too much, right?
You just kind of don't. Like Tony kind of has to. I love this. We'll get to it, but I love the husband aspect of the way Tony is navigating it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that it's real. So we'll get to more like how he's trying to please his wife, trying to compromise, even though.
And I just realized something too as I was watching it while we were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Tony feels like that probably someone's looking at Carmelo like a sucker. Maybe a cousin, like you. This is what I do. I look for easy licks out here and I take advantage of them. And a motherfucker is telling you, oh, 10,000 going into this stock is going to be this. He's thinking that somebody's taking you as a mark. Like this is what they do. This is what your cousin Brian does. This is his business. This is his job. So of course he's gonna tell you 10,000. This spot do this, that, and the third. So I think that's part of it too. He's familiar with people who operate in the sense of I'm trying to get over on someone else, and he thinks someone's trying to get over on Carmelo. So he thinks he's being a protector.
I also just want to lastly say, man, how do you sleep? How you live with yourself knowing that your wife just asked for 10 grand and you go pull out 20,000 in the freezing cold and not give a fuck?
To bet
Like,
on horses, nigga.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I trust the bird feeder more with the money than my wife.
That's
why
wild.
even get
Tony
married, bro? Like, come on.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
I mean,
Tony ain't shit.
Well, that's the weird thing about Tony's narcissism, right? Because she wants to be able to make her own money, but he won't allow it because it makes them look a certain way when he's the boss of this family. But then you won't give her the money because in some regard, your ego saying, I brought all this in. Like when he was getting with Meadow, when because Davey lost that bet. And he was like, "This your car now?" I was like, "Wait a minute, that's my friend from school's car." And he's like, "Oh, don't turn your nose up, don't turn your nose up at me. Acting brand new. Like I hustled and I got this, and this is yours. Y'all want to act like y'all don't know how I make the money." And then of course like I talked about last week with AJ slapping him, was like, "I 50,000 for college. This and that's for what? For what?" Somewhere in Tony's ego, it's like, it's my money still, and I'm not gonna let you dictate what I do. But at the same time, I can't let you make money. Which is, it's just very narcissistic, but that's Tony for you, you know?
Yeah. Anthony Soprano, man.
Boy. We meet Pi Oh My for the first time.
Second time.
The second time?
Remember we met her in Columbus. The big argument between Hesh and his boy.
Oh, right. Yeah. How did that argument go, Rich? I can't remember. What were they talking about?
Come on, let's keep it moving.
All right. One day I'll try to get Rich to go crazy on here.
Let's keep it moving.
He better than that. He's stronger than that. But Hesh, so we find out Hesh.
You just got what he said with the strong.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, that's what we do here, man. But so Hesh, if I'm correct, Hesh sold this horse to Ralph. Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah.
And this is, maybe we seen Pi Oh My season 1 then.
Remember
when he was out there with the horses.
With the horses, like at the stable.
We didn't know he did, but
we didn't know, but
yeah, Columbus is when we did, and remember they even said it in that scene in Columbus.
Okay,
I just bought this from Hesh. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's very interesting. So Pi Oh My is a reoccurring character on the low. But Tony, so they're going back and forth, and Ralph, Ralph swear he the boss of the family because he got this trench on. He walking through.
That you would address that, man.
Yes, he walking through, waving his hand.
Hey, he was in his bag.
He's in his bag. Oh man, Ralph.
He walking up front in the middle.
Yeah, man. Like he the only one with beige on when they all got black trenches on, with the exception of Carlo.
God, bro.
Like Ralph.
I hate niggas like this. I hate.
What do you mean?
I hate it.
What do you mean,
nigga? Just because you think you know a little bit more, you got the horse and I don't. Don't touch the goats, Tony. They like the butt. Like, man, shut up, man. Like even when they was giving him advice, like I gotta listen to the experts here. Like just Ralph Ho's swag in this scene. I hate people with that type of like just approach and persona. It should irritate. But think about this, bro.
Hold on, and I'm with you. But think about the flip side. If you're Ralph and you already got something established, you already got a game plan, and somebody come in trying to give you pointers that don't know nothing about it either. Like, you trying to tell me what
Yeah,
to
that,
do?
that part. Yeah, I agree
You
with you.
know,
Say
like,
yes. I'm
oh,
just
here you
talking
go,
about even
everybody.
his whole swag
Oh, his
before
whole
that. Like you
swag,
said,
like,
just walking in the front. Hey, don't touch the goats, man. Don't touch the goats. You know what I'm saying? Even with Hesh, like
he
he ain't want to
swear.
fucking race, and like
Yeah.
Ralph just like, nigga, come on, bro. Like,
I
come
mean,
on.
he's bro. He's like a street millionaire, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
his ego is there. Like,
He has, yeah, he definitely has the credentials to have this type of swag. I will say that. I ain't gonna hate on him there.
yeah,
I just hate this type of person.
yeah.
He
Just
got
like,
the credentials though.
but what did y'all think about the scene with the trainer? We get introduced to the trainer, and you know, Tony. We know his love for animals. It's a deeper meaning there, but you know, it's a continuation of it and everything. What did y'all think? Is there anything you want to add to this scene, Rich?
Not just Tony's admiration, like just the way he. It's just funny because I just realized we literally just cut away from a scene where his wife, the mother of his children, is asking for something for their family's financial security. He coldly says no, takes money out to bet on horses, and when he sees the horse, he's giving the horse more affection than he does Carmela. Like just his connection with animals, as we see throughout this episode, or as we know throughout the series, but specifically with Pio Mai, he's willing to, go to great lengths to make sure that Pio Mai is good when he won't go to great lengths to make sure his family's good.
Yes.
Also, just Hesh's discussed with Ralph, like the way he looked. You want a short thing, buy bonds. Listen to Lois, the trainers. Tony even gives advice on what they should do, how they should run the race. To Spike's point, I'm gonna listen to the professionals and what do you say? There's a word you can't say anymore, but tell that little person to not to be easy with the whip. And Hesh with the great line, like, I wish his mother would have done the same thing.
Bro.
Hesh was the second least favorite person in the scene too. He was full of shit too.
He always is.
Like, yo, you want to be like, come on.
You know my problem. Our problem with Hesh, my problem more than how he is how he believes he is. Like, that's our problem with. He thinks.
Yeah, he think he got status.
Yeah, like he thinks so highly of himself.
I can't wait till that come out later on.
Oh man,
what you were talking about earlier. But yeah, I can't wait till we have that conversation.
Me too.
Yeah. Hesh is one of those dudes.
He just the way he thinks about himself, like, but it's crazy. Like, the first time around, I actually like Hesh.
I never like Hesh.
That's a conversation. Very first time around watching Sopranos for the very first time, I actually liked Hesh.
He one of the biggest piece of shits on this show.
Oh, definitely is. Definitely is. I actually liked him the very first time around. Now it's like, it's so obvious why not to. That may be we talk about later episodes. That may be something when we start doing original.
That'll be one of the character breakdowns.
We talk about like characters that you liked first watch and changed over time going back. Because I can't wait. But Hesh was definitely that for me at first, but not nowhere near that now. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, just the whipping thing, and Tony even looks kind of crazy. Like, hey, bro, like he looking at him like, bro, if you whip this horse like that, we're gonna have a problem. But anyways, we go to Junior's house, and Janice brings JoJo Palmisi's chicken marsala to the house, and she gives the exact same directions. It make you so curious though on how she like the like, you don't get to see it, but like how Janice grabbed the whole pot, brought it, snuck it out, like, because obviously she's not gonna tell him like, hey, I'm gonna take this to June since you're not going over there. So her whole mindset of like sneaking it over there, like, I would have loved to see like her doing that, but nonetheless, she brings it over to Uncle Junior. And
you think she snuck it?
I do. Yeah,
I think she just flat out was like, I'm taking this to Junior. And Bobby just went really. I think Janice got enough balls to be like, I'm taking this to Junior. I don't even want you to try this shit. Don't even.
She does, but I don't think she wanted to be so overt with everything. And she didn't want Bobby tasting it and it being good and him having a reason to call JoJo back and all that. Yeah, man. So we just about to. Bobby so out of it, he ain't even gonna know that he gonna forget all about this chicken marsala.
They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, right?
Yeah, she knew that. That's the card she was playing.
She she dirty macking, but her dirty macking's working because again, we talked about it earlier. It's like if he gets a taste of this Marsala, who knows what happens from here? You know what I mean?
Especially
like
with
she
Bobby.
might be JoJo Bacala. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with Bobby, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so that you know, she playing her cards like she is so set on the mission. She's really getting her Joe Goldberg on right now. For real.
Who's Joe Goldberg?
From the show You.
Uh-huh.
He's like, yeah, it's like a stalker, lover, killer.
I know it. I'm familiar with it, but I ain't never seen it.
I really like the show. I really like the books as well.
It's crazy, man. You will have you questioning yourself because there's no reason why you should have any kind of empathy or be almost dare I say rooting for Joe. But you find yourself rooting for him, even though he's sick and twisted and demented. It really makes you look at yourself like, damn, what's wrong with me,
bro? Dog, that is.
I had never had the urge to watch that. I may check that out.
It's really good. It's shot well.
I know the premise.
Great.
I understand.
Yeah, it's really good. It is really good though, bro. It's really good. I if you're interested in a different thought pattern, it's really good. And even like kind of flipping the anti-hero, whatever. But if you do check it out, man, hit us in the group for sure.
I will.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. But yeah, she's having this conversation. It's so weird to me. Because they're not tight, and it comes off very blatant on the screen, right? Janice and Uncle Junior, like Junior has always had reserve about her, even when Livia was alive. Was like, watch my little niece, you know. And so it's so interesting here, where it's like Junior's talking to her and he's tolerating, but it just feels like I really don't talk to you like that, and I really like. I'm just trying to see when Bobby coming back. You know, which this is a good play on her end because now she starts to maneuver another side that she needs to in order to become that woman for him. Where it's like you need to motivate him, but what does he got going on that I need to emphasize at the moment? Where you need that woman's touch to move you forward as a man. And this was just a great moment to me to like gather some info, even though Junior ain't gonna give her the whole spiel or whatever. But I thought that part of it was dope as far as getting intel.
I don't even think Junior was paying her no mind. Like he was like the same way he looked at Murph, like that's what you're wearing in court. Like he told her, like I'm gonna try for my life here. Like Junior's concerned about that and getting ready and getting out the door to continue that
he
shit.
Dogging Murph, man. Murph
he
don't
be
get
dogging
no love, bro.
Murph looked down at his outfit and he ain't say shit. Like, all right, man.
Yo, Junior,
I can't win.
Bro.
I can have Gucci on right now and that motherfucker would be cleaning up for you, Junior. Like, man, I can't win.
Junior, that is a through line that is really good. That like Junior always cares about his look. Like I think that's like a through line. Is he cares about his image. Let me say image more than look. Just like with everything that happened with Roberta and Uncle Junior gives head, and him talking about we don't run. You know what I'm saying? Like it's embarrassing.
Yeah, like
I
go all the way back to the many saints of Newark.
Yeah, so that's really dope that they keep that consistent. Like bro, that's what you wearing? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I can see that though. I respect that too.
I do.
Like, you going to court with me looking like that, bro? What the fuck is that, nigga? You like Mr. Rogers, nigga.
That's why it says beautiful day in the neighborhood. They did that on purpose.
Yeah, like exactly.
They did that on purpose.
That's why he came from.
Yeah, that's why they came in and saying it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and I'm about to be.
I'm in court.
What about Janice blatantly lying, saying what my dad always said Bobby was gonna be a linchpin one day? Like my brother said that. Motherfucker was a head waiter when he died. Man, he ain't say that shit. Fuck out of here, Janice. Janice
Do you think that he believed it? He act like he believed it though.
No, because he said it like, man, Bobby was a head waiter when Johnny died. Like he probably like, man, like I said, he's not even paying her no mind. It's not until later when Bobby comes over that he kind of picks up on the whole Janice angle.
See what's going on.
Yeah. He's going through his coat. He doing like fidgeting with things. He ain't listening to Janice. Janice might as well be talking to herself.
Hey, but one of the funniest parts of this scene, and it's off subject, the nigga told Murph he was going upstairs to get some change for the meter. But then went and got Murph's jacket and stole the change out of Murph's jacket.
That's why I didn't even catch it. I was like, why are they zooming in on Junior, like counting these coins?
Because he told him, he said, I'll bring you your jacket. and that's Murr's jacket, and that's where he went and got the check. Man,
God, like, look, yo, Junior is the boss of the family,
hey,
and this
it
man
go
got
back
to
to what
steal
we were
coins
saying,
for parking,
even about
bro.
facts, bro. It go back to what we were saying though. Like we gotta be like a virus, nigga. We need everything.
Bro,
And we even talking about like change for parking. I ain't
bro.
even coming out of my pocket for that, nigga. Like you got it in your pocket, Murph. Oh, we taking that.
Nigga,
That shit was hilarious, bro.
good pull. Because I did not. Every time I watched, I never caught that, bro. What a pull.
Because yeah, exactly. Remember, he said, "I'm going up change." He said, "Don't go get your jacket. I'm going upstairs. I'm gonna grab
Bring the
change
car
for
up
the
front."
parking exactly, and I'll grab your jacket." This nigga went in his pocket and got his.
Why spend mine when we can spend yours?
When we can spend yours, bro. That's what you here for, Murph.
I know legal fees is bad, but goodness gracious, like, golly.
That shit was hilarious.
Oh, that is so funny. I'm glad you pulled it. I never caught that. Never, not one time since I've watched the series.
Junior dirtbag.
He really is, man. But we go over to Tony at the horse race.
Real quick, one minor thing in this scene that's important. When Janice is talking about Bobby and yesterday and Junior, that's when Junior perks up like Bobby was home yesterday. He was supposed to be doing something for me. So just that reminder that, yeah, you grieving, but business still has to be done. And Janice sees that as an opportunity.
Right. That's what I was just going to say. And to double down on that, to know for Janice to have the instincts and all, okay, this is my end. This is how I go over, what's her name? JoJo? Palmisi? Yeah. Yep. Like this is how I get the advantage over all of those people that look better than me or who Bobby may choose. I got direct information from my uncle, from my brother that's going to be able to move him up. That's what I'm going to use. And that's when she realized, oh, boom. Brilliant by Janice.
And that's why I say I reference you, the Joe Goldberg, because it's on that show and tying into this show with Janice, what she's doing, you're creating these subtle connective tissue from different angles. And this is another angle. It's like, okay, if I can make you believe I'm cooking for you, if I can make you believe that I care for your children, if I can make you believe that I can uplift you and motivate you as a man, now I'm setting myself apart, like you said, versus the other ones that you might tend to lean towards or be more attracted to. So it's like that whole thing is just creating this connective tissue to make you feel like when I go to bed at night, it's like, man, Janice, she really looked out today. She really took care of the kids. She got me some pasta. She told me I need to get on my, I need to get my stuff together. Yep. Man, I'm kind of thinking about it. I kind of like her around, you know what I'm saying? So that's a great point.
Adding value.
Adding value. And that is what a queen really does. Absolutely. I mean, I'm not saying that's Janice. I'm just saying that's what a queen does.
Janice a queen in her own right.
She really is, but it's just funny when you
a queen pin.
You got to be a hell of a nigga to tame Janice, but if you do, you got to go.
She's a queen pin. Like that's.
Janice, listen, we've said it before, man. Janice, everything she done got. And like she
got out the mud.
She went and got it. Ain't nobody give it to her. She went and got it.
Yeah, I respect Janice hustle. Like with one thing, you gotta respect that. Like every move she makes, she know what she doing. Like how she moved with Richie, she knew okay, he likes these type of things. How she moved with Ralphie until she didn't want to do that no more. Like she knows how to move when she got an agenda. So I know people have such a hate for Janice, but if you take your own bias out of it, you got to respect her hustle.
One of the episodes that we'll do once we finish reviewing the episodes in full is like a top 10 favorite characters. Janice is definitely going to be on there for me.
Oh yeah, okay,
definitely.
If you don't like Janice, that means you don't like Tony. So there's no way you can like Tony and not like Janice. In my opinion,
you don't think so?
Thanks, I agree with you. I totally agree with that.
I'm calling sexism. If you say that.
Oh, I like it. I like that.
For real, you can't like Tony and revere Tony and love Tony and hate Janice. They literally the same person.
Same person. Wow. Just male and female.
Wow. Because it almost makes you wonder if Janice had a male Carmela, how would she be?
Janice would be the boss of this family if she was Tony's brother. It wouldn't be Tony.
If
Janice was a brother instead of if Janice was a brother instead of absolutely.
If oldest son instead of
if that was
daughter?
her older brother, that would be Janice. It would be Janice's family.
No question about it.
Wow, that is a great theory, bro.
No question about it. Like,
Dang,
no
I
question
flipped
about
my
it.
mind right there. Hold on, I processed like, whoa. If she was a man,
She can
wow,
sell
She would
it.
be the boss of the Soprano family.
because she was already
She,
closer to Johnny.
she's observant. She knows how to sell it. She knows the ins and out. You see, she can peep the scene like
She know the
the
politics.
same way we
Exactly.
talked about when he came in, when Tony came in and saw Ralph's shoe, just the way he quickly, 15 seconds, looked at the room and knew what was going on. Like, she looked across the street, saw JoJo was there, got her up out of there. She going to Uncle Junior making this play. She got the end that she was looking for. She about to go back to Bobby, make that. Like, she own it, bro. Like, Janice is a G.
She really is,
Yep.
because I mean, she's
Facts.
a woman in this world where you know you're not going to cross over the barrier. Like when we go back to Commendatore, season 2, when they go over to Naples, Italy, and Tony was just like, no, never in the States. A woman boss, never in the States, never seen it. You know what I mean? If she was in Naples, come on, like there it is.
She sent Richie to witness protection, bro. She a whole ass thug.
A maid
Without without a
Come on.
thought, nigga.
Yeah,
man.
man.
It wasn't even a thought when he was like, "Oh, you gonna cry? Okay, I got you."
Mhm. It wasn't.
Go cry.
No,
like,
no
I ain't
words.
I got you.
Uh-huh.
Give me
I
one
got
second.
you.
Give me 1 second, bro. Give me
Man,
1 second.
1
I'm
second,
gonna show you what I'm gonna do about it.
bro. I loved him.
You think I'm about to be one?
And
you think I'm
then
about to be one of these to
and
get
then
hit
hit him
on?
with the and then hit him with the I loved him so like, man, come on, bro. Janice
Janice is something else, bro. I'm over old school Janice. But we get Tony at the horse race.
Shout out to Richie, man.
Shout out to Richie. I can't wait to
Richie deserved more, man.
He deserved better.
He really did, man.
Oh man. But Tony says that he can't do the stock because Carmela will start wanting to do more, which I thought was really interesting in this moment because he knows that if she starts to do this, his value drops in this marriage because he made a statement to Melfi some episodes back where he was just like, I forgot how he labeled himself. He said, what can I say? I'm a something. I can't remember what it was, but it's something along the lines of like, I'm lazy, I'm a douchebag, I'm something. I don't remember what the term was, but it's very interesting here where he tells the guy that, and the guy tells Tony that the life insurance isn't a good play because it's irrevocable. What did y'all think about that part of it? Like him saying that's not a good play.
I like him getting your financial. First, I like him actually following up on what he said he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Carmela, I told you I was going to talk to him. I'm talking to him because that gives you. We talk about it all the time. You guys talk about it on Another Week in the Books. I've said it when I've been on there. Talk about these good faith conversations. He walked into it with good faith. All right, let me see what I can do for you. I'm gonna talk to my guy. He says it sounds good. He even told him, Ginsburg even told him, like, listen, if it's gonna make your wife happy, side with God. Like, just do it, bro. Don't save yourself the trouble. This last part, though, from a legal aspect, from a business aspect, one might even tell you the same thing about marriage. Like, marriage is a bad contract. Like, it's not legally the best thing to get involved in. I'm not saying don't get married, but when you look at it from a contract, when you look at it from if you're asking me my advice from a contractual financial standpoint, it might not be the best thing, but that's neither here nor there. In the frame of this trust that you're looking for, there are other options that'll give you more leeway that'll be better. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's good to have somebody like that in your corner, that he doesn't have a horse in the race, no pun intended. He doesn't have any type of
bars.
He doesn't have any kind of interest in whether you do this shit or not. Brian does, but he doesn't. And I'm telling you, sign 2 out of the 3. Like, this is just my honest opinion. Do what you want, though, because if you listen, unless you say you know for sure you and Carm ain't never getting divorced, by all means, have at it. Make your wife happy. But I wouldn't do that shit if I was me. I just love that aspect of it, that advice.
Well said.
Well said.
Shout out to I know Mo, you peeped this the brown and blue combo with the jacket and the Tony was fly right here at the racetrack.
Tony
Yeah, he was fly. But yeah, everything that Rich said, I respect him as a husband, actually talking to Ginsburg, getting the information that he needed. Though he may not have been able to go relay the information as he needed to Carmela for her to understand. I do like that we as viewers get to understand with him talking to Tony and seeing that personal like conversation, like, oh, okay, this is a reason why he wouldn't do this. He not just being an asshole. He not just being a difficult husband. It's more so I need to protect myself, just like she's trying to protect the family, because it's just unfortunately it's just a line of work that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
So I did like how that played out.
Yeah, I did too. I agree. That's very well said.
I don't know about y'all, man, but I'm going to Kentucky Derby next year or this year.
Yo,
this shit made me want to go to a live horse race.
Did the Drake and Jack Harlow video make you want to go to?
I do that.
Yeah, you know, Louisville ain't nothing but a 90-minute
2 hours away from Cincinnati,
right? Yeah. I'll tell you this. Anytime I think of you talk about that Drake and Jack Harlow, all I can think about is them niggas carrying Jack Harlow in the air, so his shit wouldn't get dirty, man.
Bro,
disgusting.
That's some down ass homeboys right there. It's unfortunate that they were black.
Exactly.
I wish that he had white homeboys in that situation, and I want to see how that play out.
Yeah, you should have hired them at least. Just
to have the black homeboys carrying you.
To know this lives, we in the age of the internet, man. This shit lives forever, man.
Bro,
Cat Williams interview came out. There's already been 10 clips I've seen of people going back in the past, finding old clips and putting them together with what he's saying. That shit lives forever, bro. You got to know that, do I really want to be on the internet forever carrying Jack Harlow over this shit?
Mm-hmm. You got to have intent is very important.
I respect the friendship. But damn.
But yeah.
In fact, we used to, I don't know if y'all did this in Cincinnati, Rich, but in Nashville, since Louisville is 2 hours away from us too, we used to go to Kentucky Derby, but it used to be like a black,
bro.
Like
hell,
they had the street called Broadway, and like it was the black part of the Kentucky Derby.
Place to be, man. Everybody from Cincinnati. I feel like all this Cincinnati be empty those weekends because everybody be down.
Same thing with Nashville, bro. Same thing with Nashville.
Yeah, bro.
Indianapolis, Nashville. Like it used to be like with that weekend, we would go up there for the Derby. We would rent out rooms and niggas bring their cars out and sit on the strip for hours. Like that would be the thing to do. Never see the horse race. None of that shit.
Yeah, no. It's everything around it. It's always everything around it.
So yeah,
I used to do the same.
It's a black version of the Kentucky Derby that people don't know about.
Yeah, I used to do the same thing going to Indianapolis to the Circle City Classic.
Circle City Classic, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Indy 500.
Indy, all that
Black
stuff,
Expo,
man.
all them joints.
Black Expo just to kick it.
Yeah, man, yeah. I lived in Kentucky for 6 years, too, so I know all about that Derby life, too. My mom, my dad, they wore matching outfits.
Yeah. But we used to go to the Derby strong, like as a religion, nigga. Like cars
that's the regular. Yeah,
like cars deep going up there and like, yeah.
Yeah,
when I told this story on Another Week in the Books, we had the wreck. That's where we were headed to.
Oh, yeah? I thought it was Disney.
We were headed to Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was Kentucky Kingdom.
Yeah, I thought it was
Kentucky Kingdom was there. We were going to Kentucky Kingdom, but the Derby was.
Okay. You know okay. Because I was like, man, got you. But they're seeing Pio Maya. They're getting hyped. I don't know how y'all guys felt, but
what do y'all think about Rich? What about Rich calling Tony over there like that? What was
Rich?
Did you get anything from that? Well, excuse me, not Rich. I'm sorry, Ralph. When
Ralph
called Tony over there like that,
you're like,
hey, Tony,
like the race is about to start. Like,
it made me think about what you said as far as him relating and being like childlike, Mo, and what you always say. That made me think of that for some reason. Yeah.
Well, Ralph is still he has this weird thing. I think that at the core of Ralph, you know, like I said, we're going to do a character analysis when we're done with the whole series. You know, Ralph will be obviously one of those characters. But like at the core of Ralph, he's looking for a fatherly approval. So it's almost like when Tony comes, that's why he wants to be captain. He don't need to be captain to make any more money because he's making money. He doing his thizzle. So he didn't have to be capo to keep earning with three hands. He could do that. But I think there's this fatherly approval that he looks for because he said he had to raise his brothers and sisters, you know, and drop out in 11th grade or something like that. So it's like, I think he looks for that. And when you look at, if I'm a captain and this is the boss kind of serves like a fatherly figure. So I think there's that part of it, like, hey, like almost like, hey, dad, come over here, check this out. Hey, boss, I want you to check this out. Look, I want you, look at this. Check this out. This is my horse. This is my racket. This is my thing. I want you to check this out and see how it goes. So I think that's a part of it. But them getting hyped, I kind of got a little hype watching it. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I don't know. I was just like, I don't really watch sports like that, so I kind of was feeling the vibe. Like, all right, let's go. Like, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me as far as the scene goes.
50 G's.
50 G's.
He walked away with. I think he turned 5 in the 50.
I think it was 40.
I gotta do the math. It was
40.
Say put 5,000 on 8-1 odds.
Yeah,
40
8
G's.
to 1 odds, 5 times 8 is 40, right?
40. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So 40 G's. That's what I didn't understand. Like he was talking about, I'm rich. We talking about 40 grand, bro. Like from what we understand with this show, Ralph get money.
Mm-hmm.
I know 40 grand is a major payday. It's cool, but this nigga was jumping up and down saying he was rich. It made me think that I was miscalculating and it was maybe 400. But 8 to 1 odds is that's 40 G's. That's 40 grand.
Yes, that's all.
So
no surprise.
This was a mistake. We'll find out later from Ralph to have brought this to the table. This was such a mistake.
Well deserved though too.
No. Yep. Right, I'm gonna get to that part too.
Everything that we hear about
the
Ralph,
skimming,
how Johnny Sack just went in on him, how Paulie went in on him as far as skimming the stuff. This is well deserved.
No doubt.
As far as what we know from Ralph.
No doubt. Like I'm gonna get into the skimming, but can y'all please make me understand? After Pile Meyer wins the race, there's this family that comes along and they're taking photos. What is their involvement with Pile Meyer?
He couldn't put the horse in his name.
Yeah,
he couldn't put the horse in his name. Just like when drug dealers buy cars.
Well, what
can't go buy the cars? Family came up with the name? Houses. What do you mean?
There's this family, like there's this lady, like they're taking.
It's just the lady. It's just his housekeeper. The rest of the people have to do with the horsing association.
Oh, like the housekeeper is like it's under the housekeeper's name.
It's under her name because she can get a license. She got a clean record. I can hide everything through her. I can't do it as Ralph Cifarella because I'm a mobster and it will bring all type of tax and whatever it may be where they can lock me up. But I put it in her name, let her be the face of it. I take the money and I give her a little shot.
That's why she was calling later in the episode. Okay, I never caught that.
Yeah, she's the one that got to answer to everybody because it's her horse technically.
Yeah, and in technicalities, it's legally her horse.
Okay. Now, what is this about when the rider and the trainer comes out and he pours champagne for them? Do they not get any profit?
I mean, the rider gets what he paid to ride the horse. It's like a job.
Okay.
Yeah, so that
if you win, you probably get extra money.
We got to remember that 40 grand was just our betting.
Yeah,
that's another reason. I don't even know if you. I have to look into the rules. I don't know if you can bet on your horse legally. Like if he owned that horse, I don't know if he could actually bet on it either.
Remember, he don't own it though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's another reason he's able to get money. That's the reason he's even able to bet on them because he's not the legal owner. But yeah, they get their payment, but it's got nothing to do with that money he made off the bet. Like she don't get shit because that money's coming to him. Yeah, they writing the check out to you, but that money coming right to me.
That's mine. Exactly.
That's his housekeeper. Like man, you work for me. Like, what you talking?
That's crazy. The rider, he was the way he classified the rider, not being shy with the whip. And then you see the rider, he's relatively the same height. It's just a little subtle thing I noticed.
Yeah, horse riders are very short. They usually like 5'1".
Why is that?
5'1"
is there
to 5'5".
a purpose for that?
Yeah, it helps them as far as it's a strategic advantage. The shorter and smaller that you are, the less weight it is on the horse as far as being able for them to move faster. Like you can't have a nigga that's 6'1", 200 pounds on the horse. Like you'd rather have a nigga that's 5'1", 150 pounds. Like he gonna be able to move faster with him on his back versus a larger individual. So most horse riders are that size.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, right before that scene ends, we find out that the horse, Pile had a slow start. So then that's the reason they won, which was leaning into Tony's suggestion. But it really wasn't Tony's suggestion that got the horse to win. It was an accidental success. He breaks Tony off and he says, "No, I insist." Oh, and man, was that quite the move.
Well, it wasn't. It was Tony's suggestion. They didn't follow it, but if they did, he would have won anyway. So I think that's why he paid him, because it's like, you called it, like you said this was gonna happen, even if it was an accident that we did it. Your advice would have won us some shit. So I trust you now.
This is one of Ralph's problems, but we'll go further in the scene. Ralph talks too much. He thinks he's the smartest in the room. He talked too much. He's too flashy, too flaunty. You should have never said nothing. Like you say, oh, I insist. So now everything that you do from this point. So he talks too much because he thinks that like he's that dude that us black people we know. There's a black dude that like he always do too much. He keep his money out. He got the the jewelry. You know how people tuck the necklace, but like some people like, nah, I need you to see these 7 necklaces I got stacked up. I need you to see the Richard. You know what I mean? Like, you know how it is. Like there's people, it's in their own version of that. And so Ralph is definitely that in the Italian mob world. It's just like, bro, you talk too much, you too out there with it, and it's gonna cost you.
So let me ask y'all this though. With you saying that, do you think Tony would have looked at him differently if he didn't do that? I think that he was doing that to appease Tony, not for just his ego. He was doing that because I want the boss to be happy. And if he hadn't did that, Tony would have took it some type of way.
100%.
I thought he was trying to get some kind of advantage with Tony. I don't think that he cares that much about how, because I mean, literally, Tony told him, don't apologize last episode. You did this right in the boss's face. I don't think Ralphie cares to that degree, like that. You know what I mean? Because he know they were gonna whack Johnny Sack over him because how much he earns. So I don't think he cares to that degree. I think that he looked at it like, okay, maybe I can get an advantage. Maybe I could get buddy with Tony. Because remember that, a few episodes ago, it's like, Tony, you had me in your house. Like he felt like he was closer to Tony than he actually was. So I think he was trying to build towards some kind of advantage being close to Tony. I don't think that he looked like, oh, Tony will look at me a certain way. I don't think he really cares for her. Like he told him, hey, I need to hear you say it. I need to hear you say that I earned this. Like, not because Gigi died on the toilet. I need to hear you say it to the boss. Like, so I don't think that's like, bro, he don't care about what Tony feel for real, bro. Which Tony don't care about how he feel for real either. So that's what makes this rivalry so great. I need to hear you say it. It's crazy.
It's nuts.
To the boss,
bro. Like but we get Tony and Carm. And Tony says he ends up signing 2 out of 3. Can y'all explain to me what are the 2 things he signed? Because I was very confused here when I was watching this.
What were you confused by?
What did he sign? He said he says I signed 2 out of the 3. So he didn't do the life insurance. But what were the other 2 things that he signed?
No, he didn't do the trust. He didn't do the living trust.
Yeah.
He didn't do the living trust.
The living trust was the issue. So when Ginsburg told him, like, this is irrevocable. So authorization to open an account, he signed that.
Open account. Yep. That way you can take this money that I'm putting into it and you can use it as you see fit to make me more money.
And then authorization to buy stocks for Brian to buy stocks on their behalf. So those are the 2 papers he signed. Use my
money exactly to buy stocks, and you can use my money to what you do in the best of your knowledge to buy stocks and to make me more money. I'm not signing the paper though that says when I die or if something happens to me, if we get divorced, that you're able to take this money and do with it. This ain't right, but just the best way that I can put it. You able to do with it as best as you please. Because I'm not in the picture anymore. It's your money. We signed this over to an estate, or we sign this over to the family, and now you can use it however you want. I got to go through courts to get it back. I'm not signing that one, but I will sign the one.
I was going to say, you probably can't even get it back in courts because the court's going to say, you sign this paper knowing that you can't get this shit back. So Carmela said, tomorrow, I want to divorce you. That money's gone. Facts. So it's almost like, Mo, if all 3 of us say, hey, we about to start a podcasting company, I give you 5,000, Mo, Spike give you 5,000, and we both just say, you know what, fuck it, Mo, we trust you. whatever you do with this money, we know you're gonna get a return on it. That's kind of those authorization to buy stocks and all that shit kind of paper.
Yes.
But it's almost the equivalent. I'm trying to think of the example of if we sign that trust, that's also us giving you this money. You can go tomorrow and take that 10 G's and go to Vegas.
Right.
And we can't do shit about you. We can't sue you.
Because it's no longer my money. It's now in the purview of the trust. And I need to do what's best financially for the trust.
Are y'all sure though? I thought the trust was the alternative to the life one.
No, because the trust, remember, the trust is, that's when Ginsburg was telling him you have other options besides the living trust. You know what I mean?
I thought the living trust was the other. I thought that was the other option. Yeah, because because if he dies with the life insurance, it's like no matter if y'all separated, if you have her in that, like that set up in that, she gonna get it regardless, like because you have her name in the will now. It's set up, so if y'all divorce, whatever, she gets that. The living trust, I thought that was the alternative to say, hey, you got a little bit more control over how you wanted to navigate. That's what I thought. That's why I was kind of confused in the scene.
I said it wrong.
I think the biggest takeaway from it was that Ginsburg told him that third one was something that he didn't have as much control over.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he died or if he died, it didn't matter. If there was a divorce, if something happened as far as circumstances where I got this money here and I need to get it, I got to go through Carmela now in order to get this money, my money that I put into it. And that's what he was trying to avoid. Like he wanted the family to be able to have the things. He wanted Brian, since he had the trust, to be able to do things with his money they needed to do to make more money to make Carmela feel happy. But he did not want to park his money in a place where I won't have control over it if I need it.
Mm-hmm.
That was his biggest hang up. And Carmela didn't understand that.
Mo, you familiar with Casino?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure you've seen it, but you familiar with it?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Ace goofy ass opened up that safety deposit box and made Ginger the only one that could have access to it? Like, even he and the dude asked him, like, are you sure you want to do this? Like,
bro,
if you sign this, that means even if you have it, like, you have no access. Even if you come to us and tell us that you made a mistake, we can't do it because you signed in this paper. It's kind of the same thing. You're putting yourself at an out.
Exactly. Great example.
Great example. Reference Rich right there. Cross-reference Rich.
Hey, I'm whooping Tony ass if that's his moves in the ring. Bro, you better move a little bit different,
boy,
bro.
You got to be quicker.
Yeah, man.
But this is where Tony begins to get in the doghouse, and we'll keep it moving for the sake of time. But like he says, well, I gave you 2 out of 3. She's like, you gave me.
Yeah, don't ever say gave you to your wife.
Bro.
Don't ever act like you compromising for your woman, bro.
See,
like
you
that
got to be
she's
slicker.
Never gonna take that well.
You got to be slicker than that, man. Like I'm telling you, as an OG in this game, I'm telling you, you got to be slicker than that. There's a lot of other ways. I talked about it on the other week of the books. It was like sometimes you got to let them get to a certain conclusion, and then when they realize, oh, okay, we got to do it your way. We got to do it this way. Then you got to be like, oh, okay, oh, okay, yeah, I guess we can. You knew it the whole time, but you got to let it marinate. The minute you try to come in there and say like, oh, you gave me, who are you? So it's a game. You got to keep a player, man. But we go over to Chris and Adriana, and is Abe faking it to keep from going to Tony's about the sickness?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. 100%.
Because I don't know how smart she is as far as like, I'm so confused. Like, I just don't be knowing it. Oh, okay. Now I see it. The whole setup is there. She did get all the way. Okay.
100% faking this.
Okay. But she,
paranoid, man.
Yeah. Chris comes in with the tracksuit, the red and black, little fly joint. And she gets out of it because, she's trying to protect him in some kind of regard. And, definitely the paranoia she had from Tony saying, I'm a killer, I'm going to tear her face off. But Chris immediately Like to go, it's just crazy to immediately go like, man, why can't anything happen, go my way, and immediately shoot up heroin?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
So go ahead.
It's just
come out,
ridiculous.
have a couple drinks, it'll kill the germs. You'll forget all about it.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, have a couple sips or something, but like, bro, you're like doing hard drugs that will kill you. Like, this is man-made drugs that will take you out of here. It's like, I don't get nothing to ever go my way. And shoot up. I don't know. It's just crazy. Anything else? Yeah. Anything else y'all want to add to that scene?
Nah.
Okay. We go to the next scene. Janice trying really hard here. She gets everything set up for the family, for the two kids and Bobby. And Janice waits to be invited. And then when she is invited, she lets the kids go and eat in front of the TV after Bobby said otherwise to create some kind of subtle, intimate moment with him. And Janice, does this like her Richie Aprile speech to get Bobby back in his bag. Just like like the sex moment that she had when it should have been you, it should be you. It's kind of like her own version of that with Bobby. What do y'all get from the scene?
Just Janice making a play.
Okay.
Really, that's the main thing about it. This scene was really set up for her to get acceptance. Kids are a big tool in these type of situations.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that Bobby said, "Okay, it's cool, you can stay for dinner," that's a welcome. And now that's intimate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just running errands for you because it's a tragedy. Now I'm over for dinner. Now I'm doing, I'm finding my way in, which we know Janice is doing. And she sits down to talk about it. I talked to my uncle today. Like getting him back in the one thing we always say about Janice, even though she does go after everything she wants, she's gonna make sure that her man is thriving. Like you're not just if you're gonna be in it, you're gonna be in it to win it. Like you're not just gonna be some. Yeah, I need you to be ascending. I need you to be wanting to go for something big like this. And I'm not no middle level type of woman. Like we about to be up here towards the top, or at least work our way up towards the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you grieving, and that helps her anyway. Like I'm trying to get him over it so he can come and look at me this way. So the quicker I can get him back in his rhythm and back in his shit, maybe he can open his eyes, see I'm here, everything falls into place. But I see something in you, Bobby. I need you to get back on it. I need you to do what you said you're gonna do for your uncle. And she can take credit for being the one that gets him out of his funk.
And her being like, even how she has an advantage over JoJo or any other bachelorette that's looking for Bobby. I have the insight to tell you what you need to do to be better at what you do, like your profession. You're a mobster. Like you can't sit here and grieve all day. My uncle, who is the boss of this family on paper or whatever it may be, he's expecting things from you. You're not doing them. I can be the person that tells you, hey, you got to make this happen, bro. I get everything that happened with your wife. I understand it's hard. I totally understand that. But you live in a totally different world from normal people. You don't get bereavement days, bro. You need to be out there. You need to be in the field. Like action needs to be happening. And the brilliance of Janice's character is she was able to relay that without coming off as like too aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was able to relay that what Bobby will receive it in a grieving state to be like, wait, you know what? You're right. And that's where he found the value in Janice.
I mean, again, she's truly getting her Joe Goldberg on, man.
Janice,
hey, real quick, Mo.
Bro.
Real quick, Mo. When Bobby says, Junior's done so much for me, and I'm letting him down, and then he immediately says, "Oh, fuck him." All he does is think about himself. Was that a moment of weakness from Bobby? Was that Bobby being weak because he lashed out? Even though he going through something, he can't have that moment. Mo, he got to be weak.
that he had a moment of weakness. Yes. A moment of weakness show coming soon.
That don't make him a weak individual, right?
Right, there you go. See, context is king. Moment of weakness. My late night talk show coming soon. I'm gonna be reviewing like family videos. I'm gonna have moment of weakness. I'm gonna have a bunch of videos.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, put that up. Put that on some merch.
That's gonna rival. That's gonna rival the Arsenio Hall show, bro.
Y'all wild, boy. You wait. You going to the top. You next little Bruce.
Weak right now, my nigga. Let me make sure I take advantage.
Oh man, I love it. Rick's making the worlds cross, man. That's funny, bro. That's gonna be a great ongoing
You a goat,
joke.
Rich.
My man going through it.
My
man going through it. He lashing out. I just wanted to know if it was weakness, man. That's all I wanted to know. According to Mo's definition, man. You know, I'm just trying to figure all this out. Yeah. It's layers.
Trying to make it make sense.
Trying to make it. I told y'all, man. I'm all about understanding, man. I'm just trying to understand.
Hey, for y'all that don't know the inside joke, man, go check out Another Week in the Books.
Yeah.
The latest episode. What was the title, Mo?
The latest episode, Another Week in the Books.
You can pay for school, but you can't buy class.
You can't buy class.
Yeah, you can pay for school, but you can't buy class.
If you want in on the inside jokes, man, go check that out.
Please do. Please do. And shouts out to one of our listeners, man, Chris Falone, man. Shouts out to him. While we were off that 1 week, he went and checked out the show, and he was like, man, y'all cooking over there too. I believe,
man. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do, man.
Podcast professionals, man.
Absolutely. Go check out Culture Garden and cooking over there. We got y'all cooking over there. School Guilty Pleasure, OnDeckTv. We cook everywhere, man. Like that's just
take the craft. We take the craft seriously.
We good at this shit. Yeah, we good at this shit, man.
We from the old school listeners. You know what I'm saying?
We're good at this shit, man. We ain't just got microphones and talking. We good at this shit.
Yeah, we need that Tony speech that he gave Silvio and Christopher. It's like, you didn't get this because you were, anyway. But we get a scene, Tony and cousin Brian. I'm gonna call him cousin Brian because we're not gonna remember Brian just generally. But he talks about the living trust.
He's a forgettable character.
Yes. Ralph is ready to place more bets. And he shakes his hand. He's asking like, man, man, I appreciate
this is the life, huh?
This is the life, huh? He's like, what life? And then Ralph gets it off on him. Yo, Ralph is just good at this, man. Like Ralph is top tier when it comes to functioning with civilians. I just feel like a lot of these mob guys, I told you like how weird they are, like with certain things when Charmaine Bucco, she was like, hey, I think those are feds over there. And like how weird Silvio got about it, how Tony was playing it cool, but like how weird they are with civilian things. But I feel like Ralph, he's one of those people that just operates really well in civilian matters, though he's a wise guy. So I just thought it was a funny thing. But Tony tells Ralph that to let Pile Mike just blow them away since it's a shorter race, shorter track or whatever. Anything I want to add to this scene other than that?
Ralph is really starting to pay attention to the investment and how much it costs to maintain a horse. It's kind of the first, first inklings of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just important for the future.
Yeah,
okay.
Facts.
When we get to the race,
it's not just the winnings. Yeah, it ain't just I made this off this horse. It's like veterinary bills, horseshoes, all the other shit.
Because Ralph wasn't all the way. He was never all the way in. This is just one of the things that just happened to work. It just happened.
It really emphasizes the point. Like this horse, we talked about how Tony admires Pile Mine. For Ralph, this horse is only useful if it's winning races. If it's not, then I don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah. If Ralph wanted to, he'd put it down. Pile Mine wins and Ralph breaks Tony off. But Tony keeps his hand out.
That shit, boss.
Oh my gosh. This
is one of the funniest scenes in Soprano history.
Why is that?
It just speaks to like the subtle bossness of Tony. Like, bro, like, yeah. I get what you're trying to do. Pay me off for the little information that I gave to you, but nah, it's deeper than that. I run this shit, nigga. All the money that's coming into you, it needs to come through me first. I need my 10% or 20% or whatever it is. It's brilliant how they shot this shit.
He took his whole pocket change, bro. I mean,
he never looked up at him once. Never looked up at Ralph once. Kept his eyes on his hand. Like,
what is this shit? Like, come on with all that, bro.
That makes you say, how much did Ralph win? Because if Tony looking at it like, yeah, come on. Yeah, I need a little more. Yeah,
and that was another part of it. That was another part of it. Ralph pulled that out of his pocket ASAP. He didn't even pick up his winnings yet. So I know you got money coming. I know you got money coming. So go ahead and run all that.
But look, the great part about this show is not even to mention, I know what you made from this. I know what type of nigga you is. I know what you did to Paulie. I know what you did to Johnny Sack. Come on with that, bro. Like, come on with all of that. You ain't finna get me like that. You ain't finna hit me with the veterinarian bills and he needed another animal to stay in there with him. Nah, bro, come on with my shit right now. Boss moves. I love this by Tony.
I mean, all the headaches Tony has had. It's like, what did I say? Like, do all of the moments he's like, yeah, nah, that's a fee for that. There's a fee for that. I told you what to say to Johnny Sack. I gotta tax you for that because you didn't listen. I gotta tax you because you went to Miami. You almost got clipped. I had to set up a whole hit on Johnny because of you. I gotta tax you for like all that's like built in
all
there.
All that shit play in, bro.
And this is the easiest. Let's be very clear. It's the easiest racket that Tony probably ever got involved in. He just throws some advice out there, and it's the luck of the draw.
Thanks.
Like, come on. But yeah, man, Ralph gives him the whole bag. I don't know. That might have been $5 grand, $7 grand, $8. I don't know.
It wasn't too much, man. It wasn't too much.
Like a lot of money though. For like on hand, that look like a lot of money.
If he bet $5 grand a horse and he winning 40,000 a race, bro, it's that's a nice amount of money you would kick up to me.
Yeah, boss. But like if you're sitting on like, let's just say you're sitting on 10 grand, like I said, that's 10 grand right there, 8 grand. Like the fact that like I just
his
make
pocket or what do you want?
Like in his pocket. Like you, like I just made us.
If I got 10 grand and I can pay you out this 10 grand versus when I go to the winnings and still paying you more. You saying
no? Like I'm giving you like he was giving him like he maybe gave him like $3,000 at first. Like this is just I'm just throwing numbers out there. Then he's like, oh, let me give you a couple more. That's 6,000. It was like, all right, here, just take the whole thing. That's 10. I give you 10,000. That's in my pocket. I know I'm about to make some more, but it's like just off of you saying I'll just let Pile My blow past everybody since it's a shorter race. It's crazy. That's why when he does that, I feel like Ralph knew it's like, all right, that's the end of this. Like you taking the fun out of this joint. Like you got people around like, all right, bro, we were having fun playing Monopoly or Uno. Then this person came in. Now you taking the fun out of it, bro. I don't even want to do this no more.
Real serious about it.
Like everybody like, I don't want to play no more. I'm good. Like that's exactly what Tony did. He took the fun out of it, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if it's my personality versus yours, Mo, but I respect it though.
No, I get it. No,
that's
I get
what
that.
it's all about. If I'm Tony, like that's what it's about.
No, I know. I got you.
If I'm dealing with a nigga like Ralph, come on, like come on with it, because I know at some point in time you're going to make me work for this money that I'm getting from you. If it's having a conversation with Johnny Sack about a 96-pound mole on his wife's ass or whatever it may be, I know you gonna make me work for this money. So yeah, nigga, come on with it. Come like all
no, you're
of
right.
It.
No, you're
not
right.
Just a little bit, all of it.
Nah, you're right though. Like, because it's been a headache, so he's getting it off, and he's definitely using it to his benefit. When you take it with the next scene where Tony comes home
with that, bro,
and he's in the doghouse. Which is
that what the doghouse is, Mary Man?
This is never. I mean, I don't really go through this no more. Like at this point of our marriage, but shouts out to school. But like I don't really go through this at this point, just because like it's too much of a team effort on a day to day to like be like I'm not talking to you. It just it's too much work. Like when you got kids, like kids, it's too much effort not to talk to you. Because now I gotta not talk to you, but then I gotta talk to you when it comes to our kid. And then I gotta not talk to you again. It's too much. It takes too much effort.
Yeah, a relationship like that would never work for me.
No, it won't work.
I'm the nigga that would be like, oh, we ain't talking to each other. Oh, okay, cool. I'll ride this out as long as you
want to do it.
Yeah, like I'll sit in here and watch TV and play the game.
Everything cook.
Do all this other shit. I'll do all that
by myself
without having another conversation with you.
I act like you ain't even here, bro.
That's why relationships ain't until I, get that right person. Like, cause I can do that. That shit that Carmelo was on, I can pick up on it and be like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, that's what we're doing? Okay.
Yep.
Now I've been there though. Like the early stages definitely was those moments, and you'd be like, "Oh, like what we doing?" But like after a while, like that, and that's a part of too why I don't work no more either. It's just like you grow past that fact. It's like that's what you're doing. Okay, this is gonna hurt you more than me. You grow to that point because it's like, okay, well then that's what we're doing. I can cook. I'm efficient on my own. So it's like if you think that I'm gonna lose out on getting by because you're not talking to me, that's not gonna work.
I want to be clear. I never desire to have that type of relationship though.
No, absolutely.
I never want to be in that type of. But me, and I'm sure Rich, like me and him, he and I are the same brother. Like,
you see, I ain't even saying
that's
shit.
The case, if that's the case, though, oh, we can do this all day. Like that's what you want. We ain't talking. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, when you're ready,
I'm gonna watch my favorite movies. I'm gonna nigga play the favorite games that I play.
Be in your whole vacay mode.
You ain't gotta worry about me at all.
That's just not a good play. I'm ladies, if we got lady listeners, that doesn't really work.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
because we comfortable with that.
I wasn't gonna say because I didn't want to give.
We are though, bro. Like that's a real deal talk. Like the shit that she was doing, that Carmela was doing. Like Tony is acting right here.
I mean, Kevin Hart
is a good show thing in the real world though. Like, bro, like if you doing me like this, okay, cool.
Oh, okay, all right.
Dare I say, we prefer that.
Man.
Hey, look.
I ain't got to listen to your shit,
elaborate, Rich. What you mean by this? I'm trying.
Don't we got scenes to keep going, man?
Look at see. I'm trying to get him something. He ain't gonna never fall for it, but.
Now you gonna get me one day. You gonna find the right topic where I'm.
I just gotta do what you gotta already probably knew. Like, oh, I was already here for it. Like, I don't know if I'm slick enough, but.
It's gonna be some shit that's gonna have to strike a nerve with me, and I'm gonna have to get on my soapbox and go in. And you're gonna be egging it on, and I'm gonna be like, the next thing I know, I'm gonna be like, oh shit,
going crazy, like straight, yeah. But yeah, like, absolutely, like this doesn't really work. But you're because Tony's doing this for her really, because Tony's like that's all Tony, just like the Christmas episode to save us all from Satan, like in his head, his mind, he operates from a checklist standpoint. I got these things to get done, which is very typical to most of us men. I got transfer cannolis. I got to get revenge for Janice. I got to get this. Tony's operating. Oh, hey, Carmela's mad. I got to get out of the doghouse. How can I do that? And not that he cares that much, but let me do this for her because she is the mother of my children. That's the way he looks at her, like so. This is more for her than him, but she's still riding this wave out because she didn't get 3 out of 3. She got 2 out of 3 of the paperwork or whatnot. But yeah, Tony just goes about his business. She goes upstairs and he tries to compromise again. Okay, well, let's put money into the stock. And she's like, oh, it. What did she say? I wrote it down here.
It's split.
What does that mean? That's
too late. It's too late. So the thought process is. You put the money in on the stock before it splits, and it's going to make you more money because the split is coming. But if the split has already happened, there's no way that we can make money from it. It's just like a regular investment in the stock. What Brian was presenting to them was a form of insider trading. I know this is going to happen. I know people here to do this, and I know that 2 or 3 days from now, it's going to break this way. If you invest the money now, 2 or 3 days from now, because it breaks this way, we're going to make a lot of money. It's what a lot of motherfuckers get locked up for. It's called insider trading. This just happened to be what Brian told Carmela about. And again, Tony didn't want to hop on it. But when you get to the point of where Tony and Carmela are at, when he was like, I ain't want to do it, I ain't got the money or whatever it may be, she looking at it like you don't respect my opinion or don't respect my insider sources that I have, and she taking that some sort of way. Tony don't even realize like, okay, I missed out on this opportunity until later on we see he's dealing with him and he gets that break that he had.
Yeah, it's almost like 2 for 1, 3 for 1 type of scenario. I got 100 shares in this company. Now the company says, hey, tell you what, if you want to buy another 100 shares, we'll give you 100 shares on top of that. You know what I mean? So you're getting extra for your money. And if you don't get it within that window, like Spike said, it's just a regular, you might as well just buy the regular stock like anybody else.
Yep.
Well, yeah. And then of course, like Tony said earlier, it's like if I give her that and it works,
1,000% illegal. Just want to say that again. 1,000% illegal to have inside knowledge that that's going to happen.
When did Brian so Brian is crooked.
Definitely illegal.
So cousin Brian's crooked.
Brian's not crooked, but he's trying to get a customer in Tony Soprano and Carmelo Soprano, and even to the point where Tony is like, oh, he looks at you as a sucker. He's looking at this as, oh, he gave you this information because we're not supposed to have this. We're not supposed to be able to understand this and have this as outside consumers, but he's telling you this in order to draw you in so you can invest more money and be able to lose more.
We're going to see in the next 2 episodes or so, I can't remember which one, we're going to see a firsthand account of Brian's inside knowledge and how it helps Tony, Ralph, etc.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great pool. We get Bobby Bacala, and he finally is handling Junior's business.
Birth of Big Bobby, baby.
This is the birth right here. Okay,
I love it.
So Bobby does this. Am I assuming this right? He's doing this threatening thing, similar to Eugene Pontecorvo in a later scene. Not in this episode, but like he does the same kind of like reverse psychology type thing. So is that what he's doing? This is a juror.
Eugene pulled up on a nigga with his kid. He said,
bro, dog, Eugene is nuts. Like, Eugene.
Hey, I'll let you know what time this is right now. I hate for something to happen to the family. And that's what Bobby kind of did too.
Yeah, he's like, man, I might as well shoot myself in the head here. That's like
right here,
bro. That's crazy. So that's what he was doing. He was threatening the juror. So is he trying to get the juror disqualified or trying to get the juror to make sure he keeps saying
Eugene was a juror. Yeah, that was Eugene. Bobby's. This is a local union.
Okay.
This is some union politics.
Give him a wild reference, Rich.
Come on, man. You already know Frank Sabaka.
Man, this guy's good, boy.
Frank Sabaka, man. It's
goodness.
The union. They should. I'm honestly surprised, even though they've had seasons and mentions of it. I'm surprised nobody's written a show based around unions.
Yeah.
And the connections they have and the influence, and they talk about skimming off the top and like the union, Jimmy Hoffa, all that stuff, man. We're still trying to figure out what happened to Jimmy Hoffa.
Movie.
Yeah. It's a very fascinating world, man. And unions are still a thing. And I'm surprised nobody's actually taking the time to really successfully write that. I could see that on an HBO show or something.
Maybe you could write a Rich. Who knows? You can write a little pilot, you know what I mean?
Who knows, man? You're right, man. I got interesting thoughts, but
okay. I appreciate your thoughts.
I love, like Spike said, man, the birth of Big Bobby, man. Jim Blake. Letting him know like this is what time it is. And they wouldn't call it threatening. If they got charged with it, it would be intimidation. It's pretty much just an intimidation. Like I know who you are. I know what's on the ballot. I'm telling you what you should do and what you should get your union to do. And if not, I'd hate for something to happen to you. You might get shot here. And I'm about to pay for your drink and I'm about to walk out. Either you get the message or you don't.
Man, I love when they do this. Like, this is one of my favorite underrated things that they do in Sopranos, when they're saying something but they're not saying it. Like Carmine when he says, I didn't say anything. Or like when Tony when he was talking to Rob, was like, hey, we talked about this. You said you was going to give him a pass. Like, I love when they're saying it, but they're not saying it. Like that, I don't know why. I'm a big fan of the obvious is there. I'm going to lead you to the obvious, but I'm never going to at any point state the obvious. And that's in any realm as far as conversations with people, jokes, anything. I love when people lead you right to it, but never state it. I don't know why it is. It's just very creative to me.
For me, with Bobby being one of my favorite characters for the show, it was never over like he didn't get out of his character.
Yep.
This is what you expect from Bobby. Like this is what you expect for him. If he rolling up on someone that ain't like the elections, it ain't looking like how we want them to look. I need you to change it. And if it don't change, you get a bullet here, 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 and here.
Yeah.
That was great in the sense of character maturation. That was great in the sense of, okay, this person, Bobby, is going to be a lot more in the character, well, a lot more of the person that we need to see, that we do see moving forward in this series, that as far as is not just a driver for
Junior.
Junior.
So, yeah. And you think about the fuel he has. He has the fuel of his wife dying. So he's still very on edge. Just like he said about Junior, he's like, man, I wish Junior's my uncle. Like, man, you know what? F Junior, man.
Yep.
You know, you know what I'm saying? So he got that fuel to help him. Like, even if I'm going through something, I'm going to use this and lean into it on this dude. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Spike, is he top 10 when we get to that point?
Bobby?
I like it. Okay. You make it real interesting when we get there. Like the fact that you say I don't know, even though you rep him hard like that, that makes me very interested to get to your top 10 list for sure.
I can't wait till we do that episode.
Yeah, man. We go to Adriana and Chris. Adriana is excited to see him, but she's trying to low key like get him away from the mob. And you can't really blame her. Honestly, she's a girl that like she really loves Christopher. Is abusive and as much of a junkie as he is. She loves her junkie abusive fiance. And she really is trying to like navigate him out of it quietly. Before I ask y'all what y'all think, I just wanted to state that like it's nuts to be cooking eggs with cigarette smoke. Like I just thought that was like crazy. I'm sorry. I used to smoke cigarettes, so but we never smoked in the house.
Yeah. Oh, you used to smoke squares?
Most definitely.
What brand?
I used to smoke the look at this. Well, look at him. Look how they do it. I told you. Marlboro 72s. They the short.
Oh, Marlboros.
They the 70. Hold on. Let me
Not
explain.
even Newports?
Let me explain. I've smoked Newport. I smoked a couple of different brands, but they were the shortest cigarette you can get on the market. So they were shorter than the shorts. They were menthol, of course. So Marlboro 72s.
He said, of course.
Menthol. Right. Or they remember that Dave Chappelle skit. Like
that's why I got weak.
Why black people smoke menthols? They had every reason was the right reason because that's just black people. We smoke menthol. So yeah, I definitely it was a progression from smoking Black and Milds. And
I love you, Mo, man. You stand in your truth, bro. Like a lot of niggas that I know grew up with got a lot of respect for. They don't stand in their truth as much as you do. And I want you to know I love you for that, bro.
Bro, that's a fact, man. Truth begets truth. Mo, you make me more open, bro, because I promise on everything. Because
I gotta be like when I'm doing another week in the books with this nigga, I gotta be open because I smoke Marlboros, bro.
I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like I was a regular, me and my wife. Like we were like that was our thing. Like we were definitely
y'all making eggs. Y'all ain't never make eggs.
We didn't make eggs. We didn't make eggs with it, but we probably should have in that run. But like I will tell you, like I will not lie. I'm like it is a lot harder than I thought when it comes to quitting smoking cigarettes, nigga. It is a lot harder than I thought. I will tell you that.
You kicked that habit, man.
Boy, like I really enjoyed it. The only reason I ended up stopping is because I had.
He said I really enjoyed it.
No, I did. Like I did because I didn't want to smoke weed no more, and I was just like.
You put down weed for the cigarettes? What the fuck?
Bro, it's the psychedelic effect. Like the way my mind works, I can't be that. I just we're supposed to do an episode about weed and all that and drugs. Like we supposed to have a conversation. We'll do that, but
we gonna do it. We definitely gotta do it now since you brought this up.
Absolutely. Yeah. But to put a bow on it, with the cigs is like the only reason I ended up stopping is because I had such a bad toothache that like when I was smoking, it would make it like trigger it so crazy. I just had to stop on the spot like black people do. Where you be in pain, that you want black people to stop a habit, let them get in pain, crazy. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
And so that made me stop, and then I knew I said I can't go back because if I go back, I ain't gonna be able to quit, and so I never went back, and that was it.
Damn, my man had to. You only stopped because of the. So if you never got that toothache, you
Hey
still
man,
be.
I still be beating my damn drum.
That is
Hey
crazy.
yo,
It's a drumline reference.
Hey
It's
yo.
a joke.
Beat my drum is nuts.
It's a drumline reference. I
Beat
thought
my
you was gonna know
drum
that.
is nuts.
All right, pause. There. You happy? I said it. I didn't know we classified it as a drum, but now that we do, pause. All right.
I'm just saying, man.
That's
hey,
funny.
Hey, Mo,
Survey says
I respect
your.
I respect your transparency more and more every time we record together. Another week in the books, good earners, whatever it may be. Like, I just like your transparency, man. It keeps me thriving as a podcaster, bro.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it
for that, bro.
I want everybody to feel so comfortable. It's like, bro, ain't nothing to be ashamed about. Like, clown me and joke on me, bro. It's cool. Like everybody, you know what I mean?
No, don't even do that. Don't even like clown me and joke on me, but even the understanding factor of it, like, damn, like I would have never thought that. I would have never thought that. That's the thing.
I'd have never met you sitting there doing that shit.
Exactly.
All that. Yeah.
Packing the box.
Not even a clown you or joking you or thinking you less than or anything like that. Just the damn, bro. I would have never expected that.
Yeah, it's crazy when I look back at it.
That goes a long way.
I appreciate y'all, man. Like, you know, that's what I do for somebody else to connect it
we
to.
Appreciate
like,
man, you. Please understand, we appreciate you, my nigga.
100%.
Oh man,
nigga like me and Rich, we appreciate you, bro.
100%.
Appreciate my thoughts, huh?
Because we're a lot more boring than you are. Like that's what I would say.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Yeah,
I think
I'm a lot more boring than you.
I think y'all deem things boring, but I think if y'all were to reveal, I don't think it would be boring. I guarantee it. Because Rich, especially Rich, I know.
Once you in the world, you in the world. Like the world's kind of the same.
He like Lou boring, but Rich,
no. I don't think you're bored either. But I think Rich. We talked about Rich, and we're gonna move on, y'all. Sorry, it's a side note. But like Rich, like having the ability of, you know me, but you know it has meaning or it has no meaning. Like you know me, but you don't know me for real. And so it's like I believe that the him and his brother's story about the weed, like I'm like, oh wait, whoa, huh? That ain't bored. And even
all my stories
with the trunk story. Come on, man.
My stories are only interesting because of other people. Like I've been fortunate by chance, yeah, man. I'm like sometimes I feel like my life is like Forrest Gump. Like I'm just around for shit. Like I just happen to be around for certain shit, and I'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?" I'm sure Spike could say the same thing. Like
what is going on? What just happened? Yeah.
It ain't necessarily me. I just happen to be there when the shit happened.
I mean, I didn't know smoking cigarettes was an interesting story, but all right,
it is
just the image of it. The image of it.
Me just like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like packing the box, getting it out, having a conversation, like fucking. Like,
y'all think that's interesting? Y'all should hear me on when I used to smoke weed. No. That would have been, man.
So you would go into the store. What'd you smoke?
We talking about weed?
Marlboro 72.
Like
I
told you me a pack of Newport Lights.
No, I told you. So it's Marlboro 72s. Like I told you, it was a menthol Marlboro 72s. Smallest cigarette on the thing. They packed a lot of power. They was smaller than the shorts.
packed a lot of. Come on, Mo. Let's keep going, bro.
All right, man. So we get back to Adriana and Chris.
Packed a lot of power. It's crazy.
All right, man. I said cigarettes. How y'all gonna leave?
I love you, Rich, bro.
How y'all gonna leave the witness and then try to back me into a corner?
Like, I love Rich.
Y'all are crazy, man. How y'all gonna back me into a corner and I mean lead the witness to back me into a corner? Say, hey, all right, man.
Hey,
with friends like these, bro.
Just ask another question, man. We're just asking another question.
Goodness gracious.
Hey, Rich is my nigga, bro. Like I like that is the epitome of a motherfucker who fuck with me would be like, let me ask this. Like that is
Yeah.
it. Like, bro.
Hey man, Spike. I swear on everything. Me and Spike
Y'all
the same
too.
person.
Yeah, I
man.
mean, I
swear
don't know.
on
Y'all
everything.
cousins for sure. Like y'all
We
like
are.
y'all
100%.
like first
We
cousins.
gotta
for
have
real.
some of the same
Like
ancestors.
from
Yeah,
now
we
on,
got to.
from now on,
We
I'm
got
introducing y'all as cousins. These two is cousins. They first cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
We
y'all
got
I ain't
like
mad at
like
that.
that.
I
I ain't
accept that
mad at that.
gladly,
I
man.
lean
Because me
into
and
that.
this
Yeah,
nigga,
I
Well, we
lean
meet
into
in
that.
person. I'm like,
swear,
oh, these niggas cousins
That's
right
my
here.
nigga, man.
I
That's
swear,
my
our
nigga.
brains
I
are
lean into that.
connected. Right?
Yeah, I
Our
don't know.
brains are connected.
It's ridiculous how much y'all are like and they're not of relation. But
Oh shit.
But anyway, Adriana's cooking scrambled eggs. I'm not going to do the deep dive. I spoke about it, I think season 1, maybe 2, about the egg connection as far as like when eggs happen, there's a dark omen, like some of the mob movies and stuff as far as oranges and other things. Shouts out to Corrado Soprano. He's a listener of ours and has one of the best deep breakdowns of Sopranos in regards to like existential things and all of that. He's really good. He's on Instagram. Y'all send stuff in our group chat all the time that's from him. So on Twitter, but he has a different name on Instagram. But so I'm not gonna get into the egg thing.
Yeah,
but
come on, Mo. You burning the butter, Mo. Come on.
If you love me, scramble my eggs. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, anything I want to add to this thing? Like,
Nah.
Okay.
Man. That's just
All right, we go to the Crazy Horse again, and it's the Cifaretto crew. I guess that's safe to say. They come to the Wild Horse and they run up to Tab Big Vito. And Big Vito getting it off with the Nacho Grande and the Diet Coke.
crazy.
Like that was a wave.
Nobody else order food, bro.
Exactly.
And he got a stain. And he got a stain on his shirt. Big sloppy nigga, man.
I know.
Already ate. Yeah.
Got the bacon neck. Crazy, man. Boy, you could have been in Junior's crew because Junior would have been on your top about your look, bro. What are we doing?
And I gotta say that's a weak ass Nacho Grande.
Yeah,
I
my
see
money back.
Nah, they got.
First of all, y'all got it to me too quick. Yeah,
bro. They got the gas station nacho. That's what that was. They literally open a bag of chips, pour it in the they just hit the cheese button, bro. That's what he got.
Y'all had this shit ready already.
And then he gonna tell her what to play in the club. Like, bro, if you don't get up out of here, like, bro, you're not a captain at all. Like, anyways. But they go to the office area and Vito gets in the chair and he falls. Now, if I'm correct, ain't this an improv thing that wasn't supposed to happen?
Yeah, this happened. This wasn't in the script. It happened. This nigga sat down in that chair. That chair broke, and they thought it was so funny that they kept it in the episode. He wasn't supposed to fall in the script.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, bro. That's a crazy thing, right? Because I came across, I was like, "Oh man, that's crazy."
That's a genuine reaction when they laughing. Like that wasn't. They weren't expecting that.
Yo, they are laughing so hard too. Like it looks like they're ready to reshoot it again. Because like when you see Patsy go over to him, like, oh, bro. So
come on, man.
I wonder if they wrote the later scene of the broken chair into it after that. You know what I mean? That's a curiosity that I have.
Yeah, because they had to play. They kept it so they can keep the play on.
Oh, to play it into it. Okay.
Yeah, but that's where all that came from. Because this nigga really sat down. That shit broke for real. They just so happened to capture that real reaction. That's why I cut. That's why I cut to the next scene when they still laughing because
really
perfect. That's like now we got it. We go to Junior and Bobby. Is hilarious. Junior's looking at the TV. They show a picture of him in the court, and he said, "What kind of likeness is this?" And Bobby comes through and says, "If he was an artist, he would be in a museum." Which was funny. I always thought they have this conversation, this back and forth about Janice and her being there. Then they talk about a recipe. Junior wants to lift a dumbbell. And he asks like, the lasagna with the basil leaves and the sausages and all of those things. And he says that's Carmela's recipe. And he's like, man, get out of here. This is why I wanted to question from earlier. I'll be honest, I just think that this doesn't fit. Of course, I'm nitpicking, but I don't think this fit. Because Bobby knew that he had a bunch of things there. He was right there looking at her when she was going through all of the things that he had in the freezer. Him saying like, oh, get out of here. Yeah, I just thought that it didn't feel accurate to me. What do y'all think about this, though?
What do you mean in that sense? Because I always was under the impression that Janice brought that over. Not that he made it, not that she made it in front of them, like cooked it in his kitchen. She brought that over as a dish, saying, "Hey, I brought over lasagna, served it as such."
Oh, so she got it from Carmela.
Yeah, she got it from Carmela. Like it's not that she took Carmela's recipe. It's that Carmela made that lasagna.
Right. That's why
Carmela probably made that lasagna to give to Janice. Say, hey, can you give this to Bobby? Janice took credit for it. Junior like, what? What you talking about? That's Carmela's dish. All right, whatever, man. I saw her bring it over herself, man. You thinking the worst of everybody. All right. Don't come crying to me about your lasagna.
I think, you know what you're saying, I think works. I think it's probably something like that, but I think to think that like Junior's crazy for saying that is like kind of, it still feels like out of pocket a little bit. Like, really, you really think that, you know? But I think you're right. That makes a lot of sense. Like, she'll grab that and live like, oh yeah, I made this. Yep, I got you.
And I don't think Bobby could think. He's so out of it that he doesn't even see the benefit of Janice doing something like that. Like, why would she come over and fake that this food wasn't hers? Like, they just don't even see it.
Gotcha. We go to Adriana and Chris at the Crazy Horse. Adriana.
Oh, one last thing, man. Shout out to Val Basoglio, man. Val Basoglio, he played Murph. This is his last appearance ever. Not only in The Sopranos, but this is the last thing he ever acted in. He didn't he didn't transition until 2021, but I just thought that was interesting. This is his last credited appearance on any kind of television show or film. So shout out to Murph.
Wow, man. Shouts out to Murph. I love when people bring that detail into the show. Thank you for bringing that up, Rich. I don't like when people bring that up in the beginning where they do all this extra, but that's a separate gripe. Anyways, but we get to Aiden, Chris, at the Wild Horse, Crazy Horse. I don't know why I call it Wild Horse. That was another smoking brand back then.
About the squares, huh, Mo?
I ain't gonna even go into that. I can't even, that's on the budget right there. I don't even want to know about that life.
Hey, real quick. I just gotta ask one more thing. How many packs did you smoke a day?
No, I wouldn't on packs a day.
You want no packs a day? All right.
No, I went on packs. I was about 2-3 a pack every 2-3 days, I guess. When we share. All right. There's 20 in a pack. We split it. Yeah.
Keep going, Bo.
All right.
We split it. Who you split it with?
His wife.
Ride together, die together, bad boys for life. You heard?
Yes. I respect it.
That's love.
I respect it. Keep moving. I ain't got nothing to say.
All right. My bad. But there's not much to add to this. It's just this slowness that Adriana continues to have. But I really thought this was, I forgot this happened. Adriana sits in the chair and she falls in the chair, and Chris does not hesitate to like laugh at her falling in the chair. I just thought that was funny.
Weak.
Yeah, definitely. That was really
disgusting.
Good.
Yeah. Disgusting.
I would have. It is disgusting. I would have laughed, but that definitely was disgusting.
You would have laughed at your wife for that?
I mean, if it caught me off guard like that, like you was all willy nilly, you sat in the chair, just broke, you fell. I would have. Anyway, so we go to the court.
You got to double. Hold on, you just got to double. You got to double that. Not only did she fall in the chair, he laughs at her. Then all of a sudden gets up and say, "Oh, by the way, we having dinner at Tony's house on Sunday. I don't care if your mom dying, you going."
He's nuts.
Facts.
He's nuts. Chris, and we'll keep moving, but Chris is just like the things you pick and choose to make important. When Tony is trying to say, did you learn anything from this meeting? Did you get this? Do you think Silvio is the one behind this? Like all these moments, you're like, I don't know. All I know is you right. But then these moments you want to make it important. Like Chris is just, he just be ignorant sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway, we get to the court scene, the small scene. The artist, it's funny that the artist can actually draw, and he draws like the whole court, but Junior's looking at him, and it's like the artist that's drawing kind of does that like deep gulp to kind of have that look like in fear, which is kind of a weird thing I never read before. But it's like I don't know if this is the same artist from the previous one or not, but obviously just continues to drive the story that Junior cares about his look. Y'all want to add to it? I can keep going.
Keep going.
Okay. Adriana in the Fed, she gets down the escalator. I don't know if she's in the mall. She sees the new agent that she's dealing with. And they sit in the car. And this is according to my understanding, her first reveal of any information that she ever revealed. Is that true?
Yeah. Like when she's actually sitting down and really having to give some info, they pressing her. Like pretty much she ain't saying nothing. All right, cool. We can sit here all night. Like you gonna tell her something. But my thing is, and I alluded to it earlier, I guess it was a weird angle. The more you look at this, it's a weird angle. They even allude to the fact that she doesn't even know where Chris is. So how does she know if he's safe or not and all this other stuff? Why are you trying to use Adriana for information when you know she doesn't know shit? Like it was just a weird angle that they would say, why are you spending so much resources? And I know they're grasping at straws. Anything they can get, they'll take. But for them to press her so hard, like, and she's genuinely telling the truth. Like, I don't know who this person is. I ain't heard of that. She obviously gave up some info, but there ain't nothing that's going to really help them with the case they're trying to build. So it was always interesting from that standpoint.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, this could take years. You know what I'm saying? This is the only insider they got since Big P. Well, I mean, of course, there's Ray as well. Jimmy. I don't know. I guess you're right. Because when you think about it, they've had some insiders. Jimmy, Ray, Big P. So I don't know. It is kind of weird when you say it that way. We get Bobby and Janice. And this whole setup was nuts. Like she's really trying to drive the point of getting this Karen Ziti off. He's still not ready. I'm going to do an edit that's not going to have anything to do with Ziti. So I'm going to give y'all a spoiler there. So if y'all watch the scene again, y'all put the pieces together, understand how I'm going to edit that. Tony and Ralph are at the Crazy Horse, and Tony tells Ralph what to do with Pyomai, and Ralph is just ready to be out. You can tell it's on his face. He's over it. He's done. He don't care to be a part of it anymore. Because again, like I told you, he's kind of took the fun out of it. Now I done brought you into a racket that I really didn't necessarily have to bring you into, and now you're getting greedy, so to speak, in Ralph's mind. Anything I want to add to that scene?
Nah, I already alluded to it. Vet bills coming in. Got
bills coming in. But then we still continue with Ralph. We get Ralph and his Gumar. Shouts out to his Gumar. She got it going on. Straight up, coming with the food and everything in bed. That's what's up. But he gets a call about Pyomai being really sick. My question to y'all is, does Ralph have anything to do with Pyomai being sick?
I didn't take that. I just think it's a natural thing. Because the only reason I say that is because they've alluded to the horse having certain things and certain issues. I don't think he would. I don't think he would do that knowing that they were going to call him for more money. If he was going to do something, he was going to take the horse out.
Okay.
Real rich.
Okay. Was that the right move for him to give Tony's number to his maid?
Yes. You know, Ralph is smart. He know how Tony would respond to this. If I give the number to the vet, I know this will get handled when I ain't got to do too much.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
We go over to Tony at home. He's still in the doghouse. Carmela goes and starts blowing dry in her hair. Carmela, shut the door. Shut the door. Classic meme or whatever. But he starts getting dressed and going. And Carmela, I really didn't like this though. Carmela,
we about to do this silent treatment shit, man.
Like you doing the silent treatment, but then when I'm about to leave, now you want to communicate.
Yeah.
Bro, that part burned me up inside, dog. I was like, ho, we ain't doing that. Like we ain't gonna do that. Like, oh, you don't got nothing to say. I told you, shut the door. You got the hair dryer on, but now when I'm leaving, oh, where you going? Nah, don't ask. Nah. Don't ask
When
no
you coming back?
questions.
Yeah.
So
You already know she about to be hot though. You bought a
boy,
horse.
yeah, but
A
he already
horse is sick.
Horse?
did. He say he bought the horse though.
No, he
didn't.
never said it.
Oh, she's just trying to put it together.
She's trying to be smart. It followed you home. This nigga said the horse is sick, man. That's all I said. The horse is sick, and I'm going to handle it.
And it ain't my horse.
Nah, yeah, well, she ain't got nothing. She don't know nothing. She ain't got nothing. And in these last two scenes, before we get out of here, to tie together, Adriana, she goes into the drawer, she gets into the stash, and she shoots up. Then we go over to Tony with Pyomai, and it says that the vet gave something to Pyomai for the pain and what Pyomai was going through. Small correlation. Adriana's running the crazy horse, and she gets high, and so does the actual horse get high. I ain't that deep of a guy like in that way, but I know there's something there that's very intentional. Anything I want to add to these last scenes before we go into our rankings?
Nah, I think we pretty much covered it, man.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all know we can't leave y'all without a dope beat. To step 2, we like to give y'all rankings for every episode. So, Spike Lou, for season 4, episode 5, Pyomai. How do you rank this episode?
I think this is a good earner.
Okay. What say you, Rich?
I'm going good earner just because of Pyomai and everything like that. The pace of it was very just another envelope, but there are some good things that they set up, especially for the next couple of episodes. So I'm gonna go with good earner. Good earner.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. Good earner. Like this is definitely better than just another envelope. There were some things that were happening, funny moments, a lot of moments, a lot of setup, but definitely a good earner. It's not just another envelope. It's more than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spike, who gets a good earner chain for this episode, man? It's just a tricky episode for that too.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
For me, I gotta go Janice, man. I was excited every time that she got on the scene.
Yeah.
I think she did her thing. She made what she wanted to happen. So yeah, I go with her.
All right, I like that. What about you, Rich? Man, look, it's hard.
Once again, sharing that same brain because that's exactly what I had. So I'm gonna pivot a little bit. I'm gonna go with Pyoma. Literally was a good earner. She earned some bread for everybody involved that placed some money on them within the crew, man. So I'm gonna go with Pyoma this episode, even though it didn't end the best with her being sick. She put money in their pockets, and that's what the game is all about.
Good one.
I gotta go Janice too, bro. Janice was hustling hard, man. In my Ace Hood voice, man. She definitely was. She was going hard. So I gotta go Janice. Broken Balls Award. Who gets the broken balls for this episode for you, Spike?
The Broken Balls Award for me goes to Carmela.
Oh, good.
All the shit that she was trying to get done, all the shit that she thought that would be happy for her family. Tony was like, "Hey, relax. We ain't doing all that." She didn't have any rebuttal. Yeah, she didn't have any rebuttal for that. So I go Carmela.
That's a good call. What about you, Rich?
I'm going Adriana. This is like the first full scope episode. First full scope episode that we see. This is literally causing her to go home and get high off H at the end of the night because she's so stressed. Everywhere I pop up, y'all showing up. I can't even be at the salon without y'all calling the actual salon, not just my cell phone. I got Tony and his crew in my place of business all the time. They take it over my office. They running up the drinks. Like this is just the beginning of a on-pour or downpour, should I say, for Adriana.
I'm going Jojo Palmisi.
I like it. I like it.
I don't even think we see her again. Like, I think this is her last opportunity to get get involved in this world again. And I think she ended up going with a regular Joe that we never see, and we never see her again. I don't remember if we see her again, but according to my calculations, I think that this is the last time we see her. And she got cock blocked by Janice Soprano, so she definitely get the broken balls from me. And lastly, Spike Lee, what was your favorite moment from this episode?
My favorite moment was Janice putting the brakes on JoJo. With JoJo thinking that she was about to move in, and she got Bobby like, nah. Janice like, nah. This is mine. This is mine. And yeah,
got you. Okay, what say you, Rich? What's your favorite moment of this episode?
As Spike said, man, the birth of Big Bobby. When he pulls up on Teddy Genneretti about the local union stuff and the vote, man, just the way I think Spike made a good point of saying it. It wasn't that Bobby was trying to do anything extra or trying to be extra macho. He handled it like Bobby. But he also got his point across and let you know that this is what time it is. Do with this information what you may. And I just thought it was one of those moments where, especially knowing what Bobby's going through, and him being able to pull up out of it and still get the job done. Man, Bobby's just come such a long way since get off my car before you flip it over, you fat fuck. Like, he's come such a long way.
I love when you bring that up every time. It's like, that's
because, bro, like,
keep it in perspective.
Every time.
Yeah, keep it in perspective.
Think about it, man. To the victors go to spoils. Like, when you think that's a whole different Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby on his shit now, man. Bobby taking care of business.
I like it. For me, it would be all of the derby scenes. The derby scenes is very reminiscent. Very good feel, good vibe. Love to see the crew like that, even though we know Tony was a dog in it, but I love the derby scenes. Like, it just feels good. They up in the skybox, they got the drinks, they got the food. It's just a good vibe, man. So definitely for me, all of the derby scenes, it's a little cheat code. But we thank y'all for tuning in, man. We truly appreciate y'all coming in every week, listening to the Moulignons review the Sopranos. I know people find a little humor out of that. They like, oh, I can't believe they said it, but y'all want to find us, y'all want to check out some other things in between time when y'all can't hear us on Mondays. We got a lot of other shows y'all can check it out in the description on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, all of the places you can find podcasts, as well as YouTube. Y'all want to see the visual, so y'all tune in. Thank y'all for listening. Remember, don't forget about it.